Seltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We're also available in over 200 stores in the state of Florida and Tennessee. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How do you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. Real news to start at the top of the show here, D'Anthony. I can't believe they left up yesterday's episode on Patreon.
Yeah, it got pretty weird. But, you know.
I thought for sure they would nuke that.
They don't have...
I got graphic.
They don't have the automated, whatever the fuck algorithm that trolls everybody's content looking for shit. I think that it's mostly based on getting your content reported.
Oh, gotcha.
It's behind a paywall, that seems unlikely.
Yeah, and most of our audience doesn't care. They would never
these
report it.
These people are pieces of shit.
They are pieces of shit.
So.
All you guys are pieces of shit. But we had the first ever Drinkin' Bro of the month, something that we want to try to start, where we just bring on a listener for a live show and just see what happens. He afterwards was like, yo, man, I was not expecting it to go there. I go, neither were we, friend. Neither were we. Now, audio listeners are unaffected by it. You get to hear the episode on that other stuff. But video-wise, what you're actually getting to see, oh, boy, that got graphic. I mean, the debate afterwards, too, of whether or not that guy actually got cucked in real life went on for about 30 minutes. I'm in the camp that it was real. That was a real video.
I don't think it was real.
You think so?
I don't think anybody that's that embarrassed by what's going on would allow it to be published.
Too good of an actor. I don't think he had access to the footage. That's my guess.
I don't think he allowed it. Yeah, this guy should be an Oppenheimer if that wasn't real. He shouldn't be doing fucking
drama.
Are you saying there's a cuck scene in Oppenheimer? Because now I'm definitely
going to see it. There might be.
They're actually, yeah.
There is a graphic sex scene in Oppenheimer.
Between who and whom?
There should be, at least.
Cillian Murphy and Florence Pugh.
Who the fuck is Florence Pugh?
Pop her up.
What?
Pop her up.
All right, well, there is a actual incident, though, with Oppenheimer on a train that should be in the movie, and if it's not, it's a total disgrace.
Was it gay?
No.
Was he fucking a dude?
He was watching a couple fuck.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh,
did he pound off?
I don't know.
If he did, that'd be great.
Did he write? How do you know about that? He wrote about it somewhere?
Yeah, his friend, I guess, told the story about it. But he kissed the woman after.
Oppenheimer kissed the woman after she fucked a dude?
Yeah, listen to the softcore history.
Is this like a cream pie cleanup kind of situation, or what happened there?
I think so, yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Maybe he was hungry.
Yeah, maybe he was starving.
Did he write it from
the Florence Pugh?
I don't know who this is. I've never seen this
Really?
person before. What else has she been in?
A million things.
I mean, there's better photos. You got a better photo. She's not a blonde, naturally.
I think she is.
Either way, it doesn't really matter.
Tell me what movie she's been in. I don't.
She was in Black Widow.
She was also in that new Darling. Yeah.
Don't worry, darling.
Don't worry, darling.
Little Women.
Oh boy, so a bunch of stuff that I would not have seen.
Dan, you don't think Dan sat down and watched Little Women?
If it was,
day it came out.
if Little Women was like, if it was midget pornography, then yeah, I would be in on that.
Yeah.
She was
But
in
that's it.
what's the horror movie that that blew her up? The fucking with the flowers and shit.
Who knows, Bob?
Yeah, you're asking me questions. I don't even know her famous stuff.
Yeah. You think again? He's not sitting down watching Little Women. He's not drawing a bath and then putting on Little Women.
Midsommar. however you say that.
If you can't even
Midsummer
pronounce it,
Did you say Somar?
Somar.
It's Midsummer.
Chances
like
are
a
we
Midsummer
haven't
Night's
seen it.
Dream.
Summer.
But it's Sommar.
That's I don't know that. Yeah,
Me
that's,
neither.
I think that's a typo probably.
but if you can't even pronounce it, chances are we haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I
She's the
haven't
voice
seen it.
in Puss in Boots.
Oh, she was great in that.
Yeah, Goldilocks.
God, she was good in that.
yeah, I've never seen that
really
stupid
good.
shit either.
Well, I have kids, so I saw that movie 3 fucking times, and she was great as Goldilocks. Big fan. Now you get to see her have sex in IMAX, potentially, if you're out there. Going to Barbenheimer this weekend. A lot of people going to see Barbie and Oppenheimer back-to-back. 28,000 tickets have been sold consecutively. That's just for Friday showings on AMC. That's just AMC theaters only. Who knows about the others? But either way,
What about the Run
looking
DMC
forward to it.
theaters?
God, I wish that existed.
Oh, it does.
I wish it existed, you know?
Yeah.
Where they just play Run DMC all throughout. You get 40s, you get all the fun shit, and then you watch Juice with a double feature of New Jack City afterwards.
Yeah, I would be fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Old school New York, those guys, boom, meld those two worlds. Let's go. I mean, even shit, they raided a house yesterday looking for Tupac's murder. You know, shit got tense over there.
Whose house?
Guns were drawn. It was in Henderson, Nevada, I believe, Bob.
It said like outside Las Vegas.
Yeah, right outside of Las Vegas. They raided a house, and I guess there was a standoff for a little bit. I don't know what they were looking for. It's also been 30 fucking years, so it's not as if the guy's still alive.
Can you imagine somebody's got like Tupac's toe or something
Be dope.
in a glass? It's like in a shadow box. Like, no, they're coming for the toe. How the fuck could you possibly have physical evidence that's 30 years old?
Yeah, we know who did it. It was Orlando Anderson, but I think the house they were raiding allegedly was the uncle of him, because they have the murder weapon. They know who it was. I don't know what the connection was with the uncle. I think they said he might have been in the car or something like that. But why they're going after this 30 years later is a little odd to me. They also kept the car. So the car is currently on display in Vegas. I believe it was just purchased by that Baggins guy.
Bilbo?
Yeah,
Shit, dude.
Bilbo Baggins owns
He's
it.
moving up.
He is.
Actually,
From the
Ross,
Shire, bro. Now he owns property in fucking Vegas.
Well, he owns Tupac's car that he got killed in.
But he doesn't own the property. He's just loaning
the
it
property,
out.
correct.
I see. Now, are they going to do like an experience thing where they put an AI-looking dummy of Tupac in the thing and you can drive by and shoot it?
Oh, my God,
You know how
dude.
fucking dope that would be?
You know how dope it would be if you went to Dallas and they did the whole hologram of JFK in the convertible driving down the street and you got to see him get killed in real life?
we could do that.
That'd be fucking dope, dude.
At one of my friend's gun ranges, I'm sure we could build, because it's only like, I think the shot was from 80 feet away, or 80
Was that it?
Or 80 meters maybe. Hold on. let me
I think it
look
was
up.
meters. But if you could go and watch that whole thing transpire again,
Yeah, 81 meters is how far it is. So we could build that.
that'd be fun as
I mean,
shit, dude.
honestly, that's not even a full football field worth of space, and all you do is build. I think it was a 5-story building, right?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, it was small.
So just build straight like the ones that firefighters use to practice on. You just build that one part of it, and then you drive the thing down. You have
Have you been?
remote controlled vehicle. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, so it's all still there and it exists.
I know, but you can't fire live rounds there. What I'm saying is, you could get a fucking Cadillac.
But I want a hologram.
No hologram. You don't.
I want a hologram. I want a hologram. Lee Harvey Oswald. I want a hologram JFK. And
I'm
Jackie,
talking about the JFK
brains.
experience. You can put dummies in the car and remote control drive it down the street, and
Oh,
you can
gotcha,
sit
gotcha,
there
gotcha.
up in the book depository and take those
And
shots.
take the shot yourself.
You know how fucking cool that
Oh,
would
that'd
be?
be dope, dude.
Holy shit. We should build an entire theme park that's just famous murders that you can recommit.
Oh fuck!
Can you
dude.
imagine
I'm in on
that shit?
this.
Showing up in Brentwood and
Just slash it.
with
Wow.
Just
Nicole
slash it.
You're on a
and-
bachelor party, you and your boys taking down Caesar on the Senate floor.
I mean,
Why Caesar?
it's a famous. It's one of the most
just a
famous murders
stab.
in history.
But
What are
it's
you
just a
talking
about?
stab.
It's the most
It's
famous murder
one
in history.
stab. It's not.
I don't know. I think
No,
OJ
it's
is
like
probably.
30 stabs.
If you're gonna murder, you want something sweet.
No, I believe he
dude.
got stabbed like 60 some times.
Yeah, that's
right?
a lot of stabs.
It's a lot
Oh,
of
was
stabs.
it?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that many
I
stabs.
thought it was
All right,
one stab.
that was one stab, dude.
No, the entire Senate.
Look, I don't give a shit about history. I'm not 57 years old, but you know, fuck, dude. It's the guy died. He got a knife in the back.
It's 23.
Give me the new ones. I
20
want the new
knife
murders.
every
23
I want the
times.
new murders. Okay.
I
I don't know. I don't know Caesar.
20
I love the dressing, but
23 times, although some have argued for a total of 27.
27
Yeah,
times?
you got to watch the tape, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It's rough. Instant replay was not available.
Yeah, I want new murders. I want the Manson. Like, I'll go from like the Manson ones. Give me MLK. Give me JFK. I'll even take RFK as well in the kitchen. I'll take Malcolm X. That was a fun one.
I mean, you could do in the same weekend. You could do You could kill JFK, and then you could kill what's his name? Lee Harvey Oswald. You could play Jack, whatever the fuck his
Yeah,
name.
Jack Ruby?
Yeah.
You could also do the Stations of the Cross.
What's that?
Jesus.
Oh, you want to go way back.
If you want to do that, just go to the fucking Philippines because they do it every year.
Yeah, they do it every year. That's
true.
Every year.
They literally nail themselves to fucking crosses.
To crosses.
over there. It seems like a bit much.
I think it was like 10 or 12 last year. They had a lot of people do it last year. So it's not just one that gets selected. They
God.
do like 10 or 12.
Benjamin Love says John Benet Ramsey.
Oh, a little JBR sitch?
I mean, you could do the fucking
Go to
Casey
Colorado?
Anthony thing.
Oh, no. A little night-night?
I feel like maybe we
Damn it, man.
leave the kids out of it.
Yeah.
That's probably a good rule of thumb here.
We're not going to murder kids.
But OJ is in play for sure.
Yeah. That one's up for grabs.
Ray Carruth, and then you get to hide in the trunk of a car at a car wash or whatever the fuck
Carruth
he was
is
doing.
out, right?
He's out now,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's free.
Goliath. You have a slingshot.
Well, that's combat. We're talking murder.
Yeah, that was
Talking
mutual
homicide,
combat.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I want some murders. I want
First
some
degree.
sweet murders. No.
Jack the Ripper, a little action, get a little messy.
Yeah, but we don't know who Jack the Ripper was.
We don't
It's
know
all
who it was.
speculation.
It's all
He's
speculation.
from Austin.
The Rainy Street Ripper's still out there. Drugs some boys.
I mean, the Ted Bundy thing would be cool because they just simulate human flesh, I guess, somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a dummy that you're murdering, if it's like, let's say it's a cyborg, like an automaton, but it's a cyborg, so it has real flesh. You could murder this thing, carve the flesh off of it, and it would not technically harm any living creature.
Sure.
Right?
So that way it's all clean and, you can reload pretty quickly. Put another dummy in there.
I guess. I don't know. It seems like a lot of work, though.
It does. In the meantime, let's get to the news.
Oh, wait, before we
kids.
start the news, we were talking a couple weeks ago about not knowing where the Island Boys went. They seem to have vanished. Have you seen where they've gone?
Oh, I saw them making out the other day, and I didn't really know what it was for.
They're related, right? It's two brothers?
I believe they're brothers, and I believe they're identical twins as well. And they were making out together to promote an OnlyFans page or something like that?
Yeah, so here's what I saw. And I didn't even know this story was happening. For some reason, the Island Boys just popped in my head. I'm like, I wonder what they are doing. So I just searched Island Boys on Instagram and went to one of their Instagram accounts and clicked on the Instagram story. And it was the two brothers making out with each other. And there was a link to an OnlyFans at the bottom.
Great.
And I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but it seems like they're making gay incest porn.
Yeah, they pop this up on screen, Bob. Show us this.
I mean, they're just kissing like
Let's see
brothers.
it. Oh, God.
I mean, that's
damn
how
it.
Tom Brady kisses his
Oh, you
kids.
stole my joke.
Sorry.
Yeah,
gotta
but
be
they're
quicker.
almost not even committed. Look at this. They're like half in, half out.
Yeah, it's not really. No, there's no time.
Well, let me ask you this,
maybe
Delco.
that's what the OnlyFans is.
Let me ask you
that.
this, Delco. Would you kiss your brother like that?
I
Because
don't have a brother.
if you had a brother, would you kiss him like that?
Would you kiss Bob?
You have a you have a podcast brother. Would you make out with him like that?
With Rob?
Yeah, dude.
For the right price.
What's the right price?
What is it?
It's lower than I want to admit.
So,
I
by the
like
way,
that answer.
One of the Island Boys, Fly Soldier, has responded to the claims of incest.
Okay, and what did Fly Soldier say in regards to that?
Fly Soldier said, it's not the first time they've done that. Says they do it again too, adding, "We're both straight males, and kissing is not counted as a sexual act."
What? We're both straight males and
This is in
kissing it. Yeah,
response
yes, it is.
to
I don't know.
It reminds me of that episode of Trailer Park Boys where Ricky kidnaps Alex Lifeson from Rush, and he keeps telling him that this is not a kidnapping.
Yeah.
And while he's wrapping him in duct tape, he goes, "I just want to be clear about one thing. This is not kidnapping."
At no point after a live show have I ever come home and been like, "Hey, dude, you want to just make out before we go to bed?"
I mean,
Like,
you're an actor, though, right?
yeah. If it was in a movie, but this is real life, dude.
Yeah, but if you're in a movie,
this is real life,
Would you
right?
kiss
Are they
him?
doing a movie
you
together?
kissing your bro.
Are you doing a movie?
Ross, if you were a real actor, you would know that all the world is a stage.
Oh, somebody buy this OnlyFans and let us know if they fuck. If they fuck, we'll watch it on Patreon.
Did you see the new Tom Holland project where he's like getting fucked in the ass?
Yeah. And he's just getting destroyed online and everything else. Because apparently the show is terrible also, and they're like, bro, why would you do this for that?
And that's after Zendaya gets double teamed in her movie.
Look, maybe it's the new thing, dude, and we're just way out of touch on this.
Was that Tom Holland in that video yesterday? Fucking method acting?
No. That guy, I don't know how that guy's going to get a job the rest of his life. Being cucked like that.
Are you kidding me? Look at that. That cuck's never going to ask you for a raise. You say, hey, buddy, you're staying late today to work. Okay, yeah. Okay,
You just
fine.
pop open the video.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to him.
Oh,
He already proved it.
No, you did. Let's get to the news. Dick pics in Congress. First time ever. Man, I'm amped about this. Marjorie Taylor Greene, huge shock, briefly sent Wednesday's House oversight hearing into chaos when she displayed nude photos of President Joe Biden's son Hunter engaging in sexual activities, prompting committee Democrats to deem her latest attention-grabbing stunt as inappropriate. Wednesday's hearing was centered on the testimony of two IRS whistleblowers who alleged that the criminal probe into Hunter Biden, which resulted in a plea deal on tax charges, was mishandled by the DOJ, who claim they gave preferential treatment to the younger Biden, which they did. For the first few hours, the hearing largely was as expected. Republicans touted the whistleblower's testimony as extremely credible, while using it as a launching point for further speculation about the Biden crime family and allegations of foreign bribery schemes. Democrats, meanwhile, labeled the entire investigation into the Bidens as an exercise in futility and embarrassment. It's the same thing we said about the Trumps. Noting that the House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer has yet to provide any evidence of the president's wrongdoing. Well, look, first of all, the laptop wasn't even supposed to be real, right?
No, so part of this testimony so far from these whistleblowers was that the FBI absolutely knew that the Hunter Biden laptop was legit.
Correct.
They knew prior to any of this other bullshit, and they still tried to censor it.
So they knew in 2019.
Yep.
They also met with 6 media outlets. Facebook included. Yahoo News was one of them that they met with repeatedly to kill this story before the election. So when people are saying the election is stolen, this is why. Now, what does it have to do in regards to what Marjorie Taylor Greene did with the dick pics? This is pretty much to get as much press and attention as you possibly can get out of this, because we've been told that this was a lie for years and years and years. And this stunt that she did is exactly what actually gets attention nowadays.
Yeah, it was really funny.
We told you this was going to happen. When you went after Trump right in the beginning of his presidency, I go, dude, as this fucking shit escalates, it's it. You've opened Pandora's box. It's going to happen on both sides now. And here we are. Go ahead and play this video, Bob. Sound.
Coast assistant. I believe this is the West Coast assistant. Could you agree with that?
So I can tell you that there were deductions for what we believe to be escorts, and then that $10,000 golf club membership. Yes, that was not a golf club membership. That was for a sex club payment.
That was for a sex club payment. Payments such as this from Hunter Biden to prostitutes. Also, Mr. Shapley.
Come on, Mr. Chairman.
Press pause right
there. It is. Pause it right there.
So look at how
pause.
They did the minimal amount of editing here to make sure that you can see what's going on. Look at how small those boxes and bubbles are. I just want that to be on the record.
The way he lets his gut hang out there, like, I love it.
I mean, he's comfortable. He's comfortable. He's high on crack cocaine.
And
too.
we still want to party with him. I'm going to read this here off the Bob. Pop that up one more time. Hunter recorded multiple sex tapes with a prostitute he had paid for out of his law firm's bank account. So that's next to the dick pics there of him inserting his penis into various prostitutes there. We knew this was going to happen. Like, if anybody's shocked by this, you're a fucking moron, dude. Once you went out to the Stormy Daniels thing and all the other shit, yes, this was the next logical step for this. I didn't have, though, Hunter Biden on my bingo card. Like, his dick pic would be the first one in Congress. You can pull that down, Bob, but it's great. Hunter Biden's the first. It's the first son in his penis.
Yeah. Play the whole thing, though. There's still more.
Okay. So keep going there, Bob.
I will let Ms. Greene wrap up 5 seconds, and then I'll give Mr. Mafume additional time.
It's
Thank
Michael
you,
Scott in the
Mr.
crowd
Chairman.
back there.
Why
is some dude still wearing a mask?
You started an investigation into Hunter Biden, codenamed Sportsman, which opened in November of 2018.
She's still holding it up.
It was an offshoot of an investigation the IRS was conducting into a foreign-based amateur online pornography platform. This is evidence of Hunter Biden making sex. Excuse me, this is my time. Making pornography.
Should we be displaying this, Mr. Chairman, in the committee?
The lady's time's expired, and
Should we be displaying this? I wonder if that liberal politician would say that at, let's say, an all ages drag queen story hour, for example.
Sure wouldn't.
No.
Sure would not. Should we be doing this in front of kids? No.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
And despite all of this evidence about Hunter specifically, and the mountain of evidence showing that Joe Biden took bribes from foreign governments, right? Jamie Raskin still did this whole, like, we've done all these interviews and there's not one shred of evidence about stuff. Like, dude, what world are the chemo drugs getting to your head there? Can you find Jamie Raskin talking about this, Bob? Because he's wearing, you know how when middle-aged women get cancer and they wear that weird do-rag thing?
Yeah.
He's doing that, but in Congress. And
Correct.
He's a 60-year-old man.
And he's in a full suit with this do-rag on.
And it's like a super colorful, like, dude, you got cancer. Wear a wig or fucking go bald. You're a man.
Well,
what the fuck? You look like a fucking bitch right
This
now.
is what women do, and I don't
Look at
really.
this guy.
I didn't get
when I
this.
first
You
saw
gotta
this
play it.
video, I was like, my first thought was, oh shit, is he in a motorcycle gang?
I thought it was Lil Stevie from the E Street Band. That's what I thought, because I was like, all right, that's the only two men.
You expect Max Weinberg to fucking walk out at any minute and start playing
the drums. Little Gloria.
This guy will twist up cornrows for $20 on the porch.
He's got a pack of Cools.
It's
rolled
either
up
something
in
like
his
that or
sleeve.
it's like a welder's skull cap. Like, what the fuck are you wearing?
Not sure.
You look like an asshole, Jamie Raskin. I'm glad you have cancer.
Well, that's a little much.
I don't care.
But,
Fuck him.
do you want to play this video, or do you just want to see him?
In Iowa. Today, we get to witness MAGA Republicans take the side of IRS agents from the deep state against a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney
Okay,
and
press
a
pause
rich
there.
guy exercising his Second Amendment.
So, because I haven't seen this before, is he admitting there is a deep state? Because that's been a conspiracy forever.
The point he's trying to make is that quote unquote MAGA Republicans believe that there's a deep state, and they're supporting agents from the deep state testifying, and they're also against Hunter Biden's right to bear a firearm. That's what he's saying. No, here's what we're against. We're against crackheads giving guns to, let's say, their dead brother's wife who they're fucking so she could throw it in a goddamn dumpster. I think most responsible gun owners would be against that. And insofar as there's a deep state, anytime somebody that works for the government comes out against the deep state, I don't think you necessarily would continue to classify them as such. That's fucking stupid. This guy, again, is a moron.
Yeah, because the other part of this is, regarding the deep state and everything else, the guy who testified, who's the IRS whistleblower, is a Democrat.
One of them, yeah, one of the two.
So it's what's the deep state there for the Democrat, I guess?
Well, I think it's deep penal.
It's got to be,
for the
right?
gay dude,
for the gay
like
guy.
Deep anal sex.
Yeah.
And that's where it feels best, I'm told.
You don't know until you try. And maybe the Island Boys have figured it out, and we're just behind the times.
Yeah, well, behind.
Literally. We'll find out. But everything that went on during this, I mean, look, the laptop is real. You killed the New York Post story. You have IRS agents, not IRS agents, FBI agents who talk to 6 or 7 different media outlets, tell them to kill this story and everything else. We've already got the wire transfers of all this shit, where the payments went to, for who. And then there's a percentage missing, which everybody's assuming it is Joe Biden. It has to be at this point. 1 million fucking text messages. And then blasted with dick pics over and over and over again and all this other shit. And they're saying, oh, hey, we're treating the Trump family in the same way as the Biden family. You're not.
Yeah. By the way, entering things into the public record, that's a big deal, right? Because then it allows, so it's happened when a lot of the J6 discovery now that the right has gotten access to it, the oversight committee, the Republican oversight committee, and they've started publishing stuff. Thomas Massey published a video this morning from that. And I think it's appropriate to enter things into the public record. As a matter of fact, then this is a question for the ladies out there.
Sure.
Let's say a man with whom you are familiar approaches you and says they would like to enter something into the public record, right? And it's a euphemism for trying to bang you. Would that work?
I like it.
And I'm asking for me.
Well,
actually.
we've actually got the two ladies still here, the listeners. Are they back there? Bob, feel free to answer if you want.
Completely.
Just turn your head around. I can't see.
They are here.
Okay, great.
Jesus
Thanks.
Christ.
Jesus, man.
He's got neck pain from being on the toilet.
I can't see behind this monitor over here. Yeah,
These large monitors.
But we'll bring them up at the end and then ask them that. If you would like to enter this piece of evidence into the record.
I have a piece of evidence I would like to enter into the public record, and the public record is your
vagina.
One of your holes for sure.
Holes.
Yeah.
You'll take any hole.
Now, we have another problem here, and that's that apparently the monitors are too big for you to see them, but not big enough that you can see a fucking tranny.
No, because they're divided into circles.
Oh
I wish I could fucking. Everybody who's been on says the same thing. They're like, oh shit, I understand.
No.
Circles?
No.
Squares. Rectangles.
Shapes. He failed that part of kindergarten.
I
That's
don't care.
fine.
No need. You know what I'm saying?
I think as a man, we should know what a circle is.
Why is a man?
Anybody. There's a man. Yeah, why
Are you
is a
saying
man?
women aren't allowed to know circles?
Are they too done? They don't need to know shapes?
That's the weirdest form of misogyny I've ever heard.
Look, shapes are complicated, man.
They are. But, as this keeps going back and forth of all of this shit, because did you see the judge yesterday about the E. Carol Jean woman, that crazy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the judge who wasn't there and no physical evidence of any kind was given in this case between Trump and E. Jean Carroll. And he just says, yeah, he raped her.
Yep.
Like, what? You don't. That's not how that works, bro.
He made the decision, and the jury said, no, he didn't rape her, but he did definitely, sued
Defamed
for
her,
defamation because he said he never met her and he said she wasn't his type, essentially, right? So how that's defamation, I don't really know, but fuck it, I don't care. Let's stick with the rape thing. The judge comes back and says, no, we're going to enter this, and this was rape. And they go, the lawyer asks him, how can you say that? And he goes, well, that's how people think of it as. It's what people, and I was like, what? That's a real judge who said this in a courtroom.
My guess is somebody from the Biden administration called him and said, hey, if you want your next promotion to a federal judge or to get considered for Supreme Court or anything like that, then you need to fucking enter this into the record.
100%.
And in that case, he's not talking about his wiener in a butthole. He's talking about the literal record.
Mm-hmm. So with all of this shit that's going on, and especially with Trump too, is there a sentiment, because you look at the poll numbers and DeSantis just keeps falling and falling. Is there a sentiment to the public that they're just like, man, Trump really got fucked over, all this January 6th footage that has come out and everything else, that they're just going to vote him back in?
I think there is a small minority of people who are leftists who will believe anything negative they hear about Trump, and there is a growing majority in the center of American politics that are like, this is all fucking bullshit. Even though they don't like Trump, I feel like a lot of them are going to vote for him, to be honest. Or they're going to vote for a spoiler candidate like RFK or...
Yeah, somebody in the middle.
Or
one of the third-party candidates,
like
yeah.
I really do think that's going to happen. Somebody was asking me about it the other day. I'm not convinced the left is trying to keep Trump out of office. I think that I think they want him to win in 24.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
So they can get Gavin Newsom in 28. Think about like the farther a pendulum swings to one way, the farther it's going to swing to the other way, right? And the only way, like you're not going to get a moderate into office, and compared to Trump, people like DeSantis are moderate, right? Because they're not blusterous and things like that. I don't mean necessarily their positions are moderate, but they're not firebrands. People aren't going to get motivated about Ron DeSantis. It's not going to happen. But they will get motivated about Trump. It'll continue to push the partisan divide. And then when 28 comes around, it's like, we've got to save this country. And the only way to do it is by this guy with really nice hair that fucked up his state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's because Gavin Newsom he's their ideal candidate. But
looks-wise?
But looks, the way he talks, his positions for the left, his globalist bullshit, all perfect. But he's been a complete and abject failure in California, right? So you got to do something else. You got to do something to fucking slide him in there. That's who they want.
Because I'm looking at the other things that have come out this week with the Jack Smith thing. The Jack Smith is now the new Mueller. Like, oh, he's gonna get Trump. We're so close. He's on the brink of whatever. They're gonna charge him with new stuff. And this time it's regarding January 6th. I don't know what you could possibly do at this point to file another lawsuit against Trump.
They're just trying to keep it in the public eye for the next couple of months.
Look, they will, but you're going to have to drag this out for 14 fucking months at this point. What's out there against Trump that hasn't already been done, I get? Like, I don't know where you go from here at this point. Whereas this Biden thing, if you're able to really dial this up and people actually dig and see that he was taking fucking money and shit, that would be your perfect out if you're correct. And you think that they want Trump in there and then they want Gavin Newsom afterwards. It's pretty easy to get rid of Biden now after all this shit that they have on him.
Yeah. The problem isn't getting rid of Biden. That's easy. The problem is leapfrogging Kamala Harris and pushing her to the side. That's going to be bad messaging for the left to move this woman of color, as they like to say, out of the way so Gavin Newsom with his big pearly white smile can fucking come in and take over. That's going to be, you have to put some distance between those two things. They would be better off, honestly, the left would be better off having Biden drop out, let Harris run and get smashed to end her political career forever so they can get rid of her, throw out those two pieces of garbage and reset in 28. But I kind of think that's what they're doing, to be honest.
Okay.
But we'll see. Time will tell.
Something to keep an eye on. Because the only thing I question is with Gavin Newsom out doing this many fucking interviews over and over and over again, if he already knows that Biden's going to be out in this next election.
I think he's going to run for Senate. Right now, Adam Schiff is leading, right?
Over Newsom?
Newsom hasn't declared
okay.
for running for Senate, but Adam Schiff has.
Who would win that one, you think?
Newsom would win easily. Adam Schiff is wildly unpopular.
Everybody
hates him. He's got a creepy fucking face.
He does.
Like you can win in Congress looking all fucked up like that, but you can't win state or federal.
It's just so odd to me having lived there, man, watching somebody just destroy a state like that. I mean, just go to San Francisco if you want, or LA. Just go to downtown LA and see how that is. And be like, oh man, I'd love for the rest of the country to look like this.
Yeah.
By the way, that $1 billion Lotto Powerball ticket was sold on Skid Row in Los Angeles. That's back-to-back $1 billion lottos that have both been California winners too. I'm not too big into conspiracies, but it's
the most populous state.
What if it is like a total
back-to-back?
What if it's a total like fentanyl head?
I hope it is. Did you see what it is?
And what he does, he just buys fucking dope for the entire area.
It is in the heart of Skid Row.
Yeah.
I mean, it is right there. There's one of those plexiglass barriers to even get into the store to get the fucking ticket. What if it was just a fucking homeless crack addict?
I think we should do that once a year. Instead of sending all this money to Ukraine, once a year, we should find the biggest piece of shit drug addict we can find and just give him money.
Give him $1 billion.
And then fucking Truman Show that whole thing. Watch this dude fucking lose it. So, like, you got to think over enough time, some of them are actually going to improve their lives, right?
I don't think so.
Maybe get into rehab, something like that. But the vast majority are just going to go full retard. You know what I mean?
But I think you could just buy better drugs. Because if you're smoking crack and then somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you know what's better than crack?
Well, you can buy plenty of Narcan so you can insulate yourself from dying from the drugs. That would be something, right? You buy a Narcan. Instead of having a blood boy, you just have somebody following you around with Narcan ready to go all the time. And you just fucking ramming shit in there.
Boom.
Hey, Steve, you got me? And just nodding out. Just nodding out. I'm actually moving to San Diego. The weather's a little bit better down there. And you buy an entire condo building, and it's just like fucking crackheads.
Turn it into...
You just invite all your crackhead friends. You put a big billboard up on the 5.
Yeah.
And just says, hey, you want drugs? They're down. And how long would it take
free crack
to go through $1 billion worth of drugs?
I bet you it's quicker than we think.
Well,
I bet you it's quicker than we think. Coke is expensive. So is crack. Well, good crack, I would imagine.
The towers that are fictionalized in The Wire, the towers where about, I think, 1,200 people lived, they did about, I think, $25 million a year selling heroin there. Like the real place. It was like $25 million a year out of that. So if you had this 1,200, you're cracking. And these are like that's probably 30% of the people that are druggies, right? Because there's actual people that live there.
Yeah.
So let's say it's $100 million a year, dude. You got 10 years of fucking 1,000. You and 1,000 of your best friends.
Hardcore cracking.
Just hardcore fucking coke, crack, heroin, whatever you want, man. That would be. Fuck. And
is it weird that it sounds fun?
It sounds awesome.
Like if you decked out an entire condo building, put flat screens in it, super comfy couches, nice beds, put some ghost beds in it, and all this shit.
Narcan sponsors the whole thing too.
Fuck yeah, they
Brought
do.
to you by Pfizer. And it's just Narcan injections. There's a fucking vending machine outside. Free Narcan.
Well, Newsom lets you do it anyways, and they pay for that shit. So what's the difference of just buying a nice high rise and then just going full crack, dude, all the way to the top? God damn it, dude. Because you could fit 10 in each place, too.
Oh, yeah.
Be a fucking party. Wow.
I'm into it.
You put cameras up all over that bitch. Go live every day. I'd pay for that streaming service. Just the crack house, dude.
That would be better.
The ultimate crack house.
It'd be better than watching golf, I'll be honest.
Yes.
Not a fan of golf. It's kind of dumb.
But if you're a fan of golf, British Open's on right now, and you might be watching from your own bedroom because it's on super early. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. Get yourself a mattress. Get yourself an adjustable base. Matter of fact, they're bundling them together for 50% off right now at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. And their most popular version is the Split King. Comes with 2 remote controls instead of 1, but all the fun. That way, if your lover or your brother, say you're an island boy, you guys are making some OnlyFans videos in the bed. Let's say his asshole gets tired and he wants to go to sleep before you. Well, then he's got his own remote control and he can just lower the bed, and then the other one can stay up and watch Sports Center all night long. All right? You have that available at your fingertips. Yes, they still sell the other one, but the Split King's the most popular version. And if you have the adjustable base, go ahead and just get the mattress. You're getting 40% off the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. It's hot as shit all across the South. Cooling mattress, cooling pillows. You're getting 2 free ones with a mattress right now. The sheets are amazing. They've got beds for RVs now, weighted blankets, everything you need for a brand new bedroom set is there. Love all their products. The weighted blanket's the only thing I don't have yet. I can't afford to sleep for 14 hours a day. Everybody else does. Now, when you check out, you're going to see a 3-year pay-as-you-go program. No interest as long as you have decent credit. Check that box. And just know that all deals that I mentioned are applicable with that. So no matter how much you put in the cart, they're forced to give it to you. Maybe today's the day you buy a new bed. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. Next up, the New York Times has a sweet, sweet admission here. After years of lying to its readers, the New York Times has finally admitted that it pushed a false government narrative about the dangers of COVID. No, you don't say. There's no way.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. In an article published July 17th, the Times celebrates that the United States has reached a milestone in the long struggle against COVID. The total number of Americans dying each year from any cause is no longer historically abnormal. What does that mean exactly?
There's a data point called excess deaths that the government, that CDC and the government track. It's like,
what are they saying? It's like flu?
Like an average, no. Like they track data over time. So for an average year, this many people die from, and it's based on things that are endemic now, right? Not pandemic. So things that have been around, like the flu, right? Mm-hmm. Generally speaking, 23,000 people a year, I think, die from the flu. Somewhere between 16 and 65. It depends on how bad it is. But X amount of people die from the flu, heart disease, car wrecks, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And then when a new stimulus of some sort comes in, whatever it happens to be. In this case, it was COVID. They call that excess deaths, right? And as a means of trying to track how many people died as a result, not necessarily just from the virus, but also of downstream effects of it, right? So you might use excess deaths if the economy tanked during the Great Depression, right, to see how many people died of starvation or poverty or whatever the fuck, right?
Okay.
So now, as of recently, the last couple of months, quote unquote excess deaths have come back to normal.
All right.
That's what they're saying in this. So excess deaths, as this number is known, has been an important measure of COVID's quote unquote true toll because it does not depend on what they call murky attribution of deaths to a specific cause, right?
What are they saying then? It is. If people are going to die from COVID, are they just kind of throwing that in a large column with everything else, and they're like, flu, AIDS, mumps, shit like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, so people were. The reality of the situation was, the way we treated COVID made it worse, right? So essentially what people were told was stay at home until it gets really bad, then go to the hospital. And then once they put you on a ventilator, it gets way worse. Like 82% of people, I think, that went on ventilators died because that's not how you're supposed to treat that kind of thing. It's fucking stupid. And then they demonized any kind of therapeutic treatments, fucking horse paste and all this stupid shit.
Yeah. Ivermectin and everything else.
Yeah, but they continue their retardation by trying to tie undiagnosed COVID with so-called indirect effects, like the surge of vehicle crashes and gun deaths and stuff like that. Like this is some pretty neat mental gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
Like the New York Times in this article is talking about how not only the people who died from COVID directly get affected, but there were more car crashes and gun deaths as well associated with COVID. No.
Yep.
I had it a couple times. I didn't get in any car crashes as a result. That's fucking stupid.
You
right?
were in a car crash.
No, but it wasn't because of COVID. It was because some dummy didn't know how to drive correctly.
It might have been that.
And
Did you kill anybody?
No.
Okay.
Well, in my dreams every night, but then they go on to the admission part. Here's what it says. COVID's toll, to be clear, has not fallen to zero. The CDC's main COVID webpage estimates that about 80 people per day have been dying from the virus in recent weeks, which is equal to about 1% of overall daily deaths. The official number is probably an exaggeration because it includes some people who had the virus when they died, even though it was not the underlying cause of death. Other CDC data suggests that almost 1/3 of official recent COVID deaths have fallen into this category. No. Like 40% of all reported COVID deaths fall into that category since the very fucking beginning, dude. This kind of talk, by the way, would have gotten you banned from YouTube, from every major social media channel about 18 months ago. But it is really just basic science and common sense. We knew this all this time. And it's kind of getting tiresome watching these fucking liberal dummies and this fucking media outlets try to slide that. They want to memory hole this and pretend like we just discovered this shit just now. It's like, well, we didn't know. Yeah, we fucking knew, but there's video of us talking about it from fucking 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch that shit. Check the tape, bitch.
Yeah, it's strange. It almost seems like they're going back to cover their bases from when AI sucks up all of these news articles into one thing, and then at least it's logged somewhere. Because that story is later on in the news.
Well, it's going to be weird when it's time-stamped.
Mm-hmm.
When you see time-stamped articles that say, when you get the vaccine, the virus stops here from, the middle of 2021. And then you fast forward 2 years to now. And it's like, oh, we always knew. It just helps. It doesn't stop. It just helps. Like, no, you fucking threatened people to put them in prison. You stopped them from traveling. You made them lose their jobs and their livelihood because you lied to people.
I don't think anyone cares anymore. I think everything that we're watching, seeing is all. Everybody questions it on either side, and I don't give it. I don't think the New York Times cares that they were wrong. I don't think anybody these people care that they were wrong. They think they're on the right side of history, and you just kind of move on with shit because nothing's going to happen to them. What are you going to do to find the New York Times? I think they'll be out of business in 5 years anyways. If they weren't doing podcasts that were successful, they would have already been done at this point.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but
they're down to one floor. So I know the New York Times building very well in New York. They're down to one floor, and they have been for about 2 years now. They used to own the entire building. Now it's all rented out. They're down to one floor.
Here's the problem with this. It's not illegal to lie.
It's not.
It's illegal to defame somebody or somebody's business, but it's not illegal to just lie. So you have to, if you're going to take something like this to court, you have to show standing. You have to be able to show directly how this lie negatively affected your life. Now, people with vaccine injuries, they should have cause to sue every major fucking publication, including Fox News, because they lied about that shit too.
Yeah.
And they also mandated it for their employees. Now, a lot of them said no, Tucker included, and his entire staff said no, but and they weren't going to fuck with him at the time because he had all the juice there. He still has all the juice.
Still's got all the juice.
But yeah, it's
unstoppable.
The only recourse here would be if the federal government held the New York Times responsible.
But they won't do it.
I don't want them to. I don't want the federal government to even exist. I'm certainly not going to give them more power. As much as I disagree with the New York Times, the last thing I want is the federal government to have more power and a precedent to censor a major fucking media company. Fuck that. Because they're already doing it on the sly. I don't want to make that law because it's unconstitutional.
The only positive I see out of shit like this, from my side of it, is
that nobody believes any of these cunts anymore.
Yes,
yeah.
And I think they'll all go out of business eventually, and it'll be done, but it'll be by their own hand and not something else, right? And I think the more and more shit like this comes out, the more and more people stop paying attention to traditional media. Most people don't care. Me personally, I've said this in the past. I watch local news every night. It's just on. I'm pretty much just getting the facts on my local news, because they don't have the writers and the staff to pay people to slant shit. Most of these guys don't make that much money on local news. And then right afterwards, the one that I watch here in Austin, usually that David Muir comes on. That is just slanted to the fuck. I mean, every goddamn sentence and story is slanted because they can afford it. Where I look at it, if all of this shit gets disbanded because of all of this shit and people's distrust in the media, which is already at a record high, continues, then these guys are all gone. That is it, and they're out of here. Because if you want to lie like this on a daily basis, just start a podcast. It's all opinion-based anyways. If you're just going to post your opinions inside your articles like this, and then make it seem like you were trying to do the right thing, or, oh, we fixed it or figured it out. You weren't. So fuck them.
Well, CNN is particularly good at this sort of thing. So, Bob, pull up CNN's website and put it on the screen here. I'm going to show you something neat.
Currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just I don't even know what's on there right now.
Do they have Hunter's dick on there?
I wish. No,
great.
I don't know what's on there. Here, let me look. Okay, cool. So you see normal articles with no listing or anything like that. Now scroll down a little bit to the next part. You see there, right there. Go back up, right there. So analysis : and then whatever the fucking headline is.
Yep.
Right there. That's an opinion.
Yes.
And then they have one that's also listed as opinion to try to separate it from being opinion.
Correct.
Like, this is an opinion. This is analysis. Right. Which is like, what you're doing here is a fucking neat little social trick where you categorize things and you use exclusivity to make one category seem like the truth, right? Like, here's what I believe, X, Y, and Z, and now my opinion is just this. But X, Y, and Z may or may not have been the fucking reality of that situation. If you drill down into these analysis links that they fucking post, every single one of them is full of stupid bullshit.
Yeah. It's like asking a Cowboys fan to give you an honest analysis of Dak Prescott. You're not going to get it. So with all of this shit, it's all opinion-based, and it sucks, man, because we don't have real fucking news. Now, I know, again, they're trying to fix that, and we'll get to that story later, but in the meantime, I don't mind shit like this. Flesh them all out, bankrupt all these companies, get them out of here, and then find a real news organization if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, again,
well, there are no real news organizations.
Well, there used to be. Remember Headline News back in the day?
There's not one.
It was
real
just
news.
It was boring as shit, but it was just the news. And a lot of people don't like local news because it's the same way. It's boring as shit and it's just real news. I think Americans have gotten conditioned into this entertainment version of the news with right and left and CNN and Fox.
that they don't go back to real news anymore.
Yeah. Here's how you know something is real news. There are no adjectives or adverbs in the fucking headline.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
George Carlin used to do a great bit on this. I think I've mentioned it before, but and this was before it got really bad with the American media, but it was like, he mentioned a headline, brutal dictator killed. It's like, all right, why don't you just say dictator killed? You list the facts and I'll decide if he was fucking brutal or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's news.
Yeah.
But that does not exist anymore.
It does not. So kill them all off, in my opinion, and see what jobs are left out there for AI after
Steve
you
Jobs,
leave.
probably. Or hand jobs.
R.I.P. to Steve,
Steve Jobs or hand jobs?
Hand jobs.
So you're willing to do without the iPad or the iPhone.
Steve Jobs is a piece of shit.
Hand jobs are not even that good, though.
Great.
Of course he was. But
This is a great debate.
Great.
Steve Jobs versus hand jobs.
Yes. If for the rest of my life,
This is the
hand
show
jobs.
now. Forget all this.
Yes. No.
Do hand jobs include masturbating?
No. Hand jobs are from a third party.
From a third
Not
party,
one
yeah.
person has ever said, I just gave myself a hand job.
I bet somebody said that.
No.
At some point.
If they did, they're a fucking idiot.
I go hand jobs, and it's not even close. I'll go back to a fucking sidekick, dude, tomorrow. A flip phone. I don't need any of Steve's bullshit. I don't like this computer. I don't like my fucking phone. I don't like any of it. It's necessary for what I do for a living, but I hate it. I would love a great hand job every single day of my life over holding an iPhone.
I mean,
No,
I
I'll
think we
take the
have to talk
iPhone.
to Jesse, but we'll do a whole month of no Apple products and daily hand jobs.
Yeah.
Well, it's because of what I do and the way that it's set up for a living, right? I try. Look, the listeners got the flip phone for my birthday, and I gave it a solid try.
You got the touchscreen Motorola folding razor. This
Sure
is one
did.
Of the only folding touchscreen
I know.
phones available
I know.
at the time.
Yep.
Linked only to Verizon.
Now,
Correct.
does a woman get to use her hand during a blowjob?
Yes.
Yeah, she gets yeah.
Hand job.
You're just making this easy
No,
then.
this-
it's just
this-
Apple.
this makes
like
sense.
we go with.
You're
Steve
goddamn
Jobs.
right.
No, I go hand jobs. I don't. No, fuck Apple. Fuck Steve Jobs, dude.
Just make the hypothetical harder. Is all
I don't-
I'm asking.
All of the stuff that you have right now, tech-wise, that you use on a regular basis, forget about just the Apple products. He drove the industry.
Torch it. So here's how I got into the Apple products. Like, production is all on Apple. All those fucking dummies in LA made everybody use this goddamn shit. The fucking phone, Giorgio, the flip phone, it's only because it doesn't have enough storage on it for all the stupid videos that I have to post on a daily basis and all that other shit.
I disagree.
Otherwise, dude, getting jacked off every day versus an iPhone? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Hollywood
I'll tell you this.
mostly predominantly PC based.
Have you had a great HJ in a while?
There isn't a woman on
I don't
earth.
think this generation does it, dude.
There's not a woman on earth that can fucking jack me off better than I can jack myself off. That's just a fact. Nope,
No.
not one fucking. I'll put that to the test.
Nope.
I'll put that to the test. Any of you out there, ladies, you can come jack me off anytime you want, and I'll rate you. It'll be under a 6.
Why do you think I'm married, dude? I found the person who could jack me off better than myself, and yes, dude, I'll take that any day over this stupid shit. I hate it, dude.
It's not real.
I hate it.
PC
Clear your
Ross. Let's go
cash,
PC
do your
Ross.
fucking thing. Best phone I ever owned was that flip phone. That was the greatest thing ever. That and the Sidekick.
I thought the StarTAC was pretty nice.
People like the BlackBerry a lot. People love Blackberries
First of all,
too.
the Nokia with Snake is the best phone ever
The
made.
BlackBerry,
It was
because of the roller mouse, kind of sucked because debris would get down in there and it would
It
stop
would.
working. You had to
But
pop
the
it out.
keyboard was money on that.
It was too small for my gorilla hands.
Okay. So the Sidekick was my shit. Computer-wise, that fucking old school Dell was fun, dude, while it was out. And
I'll get
then
you a Dell. The XPS is a very hype model right now. It's one of the best selling.
a lot of people
computers.
are saying that. And the problem is it's compatible with nothing in production. And so we're forced to use all this stupid fucking shit.
I'll
Apple
get you-
all the
I'll
way
get you a
around.
PC, bro.
The only Apple thing that is worth it. No, fuck that. I'll still go Spotify over iTunes.
Well, that's easy.
Well,
yeah.
iTunes is like kind of dead, to be honest.
So what
Well,
what is
Spotify over Apple Music?
I don't need this shit. When you go and shoot these concerts, do you use your phone or do you use a real camera?
Use a real camera.
There you go. Steve Jobs didn't do that bullshit, did he?
He did.
No, he didn't. He didn't do anything, dude. He's a fucking loser.
They're shooting movies on iPhones.
They suck. Like, can we just come out and say Tangerine sucked?
No.
And just be done
Well,
with
yeah,
it?
that it did. But most of the stuff most content on the internet is shot with an iPhone.
It is, and it's fine. But
It's
do you
not- it's not
like
fine,
do you give a
it's the
shit about
industry
it?
standard.
Go see Oppenheimer tomorrow in IMAX and tell me that it's better than a fucking iPhone video.
That's apples and oranges, though.
It sure is, literally apples and oranges.
Yeah, that camera
We're not
weighs
talking about
35 pounds.
cinematic cameras that cost fucking
Right.
$250,000.
But if I had my druthers, dude, I would prefer everything to be shot nice on a goddamn
but you
real
don't have
camera,
your
not on
druthers. You
my
get to
fucking
choose
phone.
between an iPhone and a fucking hand job.
And I'm taking the hand job all day long.
That's a bad choice.
Hand jobs,
No,
dude.
it's a bad choice.
No,
It is.
I get great hand jobs.
Hand job or
Getting him
blow
a
job.
Huawei phone and a freaking Chromebook, and we're gonna send Ross off with these hand jobs.
That'd be the best.
I just don't think hand jobs are even common enough to compete. Right?
What do you mean?
Like, not once has a woman offered me, since fucking like high school or something, to give me a hand job. Like, hey, do you want a hand job? Like, no, I want you to suck my fucking dick in front of these people, bitch.
It's a nice change of pace, though.
It's too tough. Like, because here's the thing: it's Texas. It's 109 every goddamn day.
Yeah, get my
it's not
shit
the
wet.
best down there. Do you want to say, hey? Why don't you go down to the swamp and try to figure out the gator and then figure out the Everglades down
I
there?
don't
Like,
care.
it's too much.
Or a little
Machine
lotion.
underwear?
Little lotion. Maybe you're in the shower.
Throw some
Lotion in the
throw
shower?
some
Not
fucking
lotion, but like, you know.
To me, a hand job is like a woman wearing lingerie. Get that shit out of here. I'm ready to fuck now. As soon as I see it. Like, you've spent $150 on that piece of clothing for me to tear it to pieces. And fuck
Lingerie
you.
is nice.
But if it's an option of getting jacked off versus not getting jacked off,
It's not that versus that. It's I don't get hand jobs anymore, and I've got my iPhone and blowjobs. That's the reality of the situation. That's why you're fucked up on this one.
yeah, no, dude, because I can use another phone, I can use another computer. I don't want to give up my HJs. I don't. I don't
When's the
wanna
last
give up
time you had a
HJs.
regular hand job? Just that, nothing else.
Man, that is
It's a question you can't answer because you don't remember the last time it fucking
I
happened.
sure do. 4
No.
hours ago.
No.
How about that? I'm sure my
Congratulations
wife is
to
going to
that-
watch the show, but like,
That Toyota Tacoma.
That's a lie. That's
Yeah.
a lie. Your wife got here at 10:50.
yeah, who was late?
What?
I came in 5 minutes behind her.
Oh,
'cause I had to
You
fucking,
came in like
So it
30
I
wasn't-
had to clean up shit.
So it wasn't Jesse that gave you the hand job.
No, it was definitely does, but like, I
That's what
mean,
we said. It's not just.
They both went to the bathroom at the same time.
look, I'm just saying it was about 4.5 hours ago, and it was pleasant, and I would take that over this stupid fucking phone
No.
all goddamn day long.
Women under 30 don't know what a hand job is.
But that's their fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, dude,
Is it, or is it society and the shadow government's problem?
do you get blowjobs all the time, Giorgio, in real life?
I'm actually not a fan of it.
There you go. There's your answer.
That's
also rather
one
fuck.
asshole is not the answer to this debate.
I would rather.
Blowjobs are very popular.
They're fine, but I'd rather fuck.
Yeah,
I'd rather
certainly, right? And it goes up in that direction, and hand job is right at the bottom.
Hand job is right below fucking with a condom.
Oh, that's not even on my list. I'm not doing that. It's like shaking hands with a fucking glove on. I'm not doing that.
Giorgio literally.
It's
got offered
it's
it.
rude. If you walk up to a dude, even if it's 5 fucking degrees outside, and you've both got gloves on, and he reaches out to shake your hand with a glove on, that man does not respect you.
Yeah.
And if a man
Giorgio
puts
agrees.
a condom on to fuck you, he does not
Now, the
respect you.
condom thing, I wouldn't. So, sex with a condom, if this debate was sex with a condom versus Apple products, I'd go with Apple products.
Yeah, yeah.
But that wasn't the debate. It
In
was
New
hand
York-
jobs versus.
In New York, Giorgio was literally
Steve
offered
Jobs.
sex with the condom, and he's like, nah.
Shut the fuck up.
I was tired. We'd eaten a lot of pizza. We'd stayed up till like 4 a.m. that night, and I was just like,
Well, what we did the fake news story where it's like, dude, Gen Z or whatever doesn't have sex anymore. It's true. Like, there's just too much other shit at your disposal where you're like, no, I'm not gonna fuck tonight. A condom? Nah.
That's
not
why
gonna do it.
civilization is collapsing right
It
now.
is.
Like, I reposted this on my Instagram yesterday, but that rant I did about how women are the gatekeepers, right, of puss,
Yeah.
and that's what drives all the civilization is true.
It is.
We do so like, you in your own head, you've got this idea of what you can accomplish as a human being. You know what I mean? Like, I can build this table, but I probably couldn't build this building. But if some hot girl was like, if you build that building, I'll suck your dick. I'd be like, I'm building that fucking building. You know what I mean? And that is the beauty of humanity.
It is.
It's all of this, as much as we try to fucking philosophize and think we're noble and shit, it really is just about pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the end of the day,
100%.
For sure. But Steve Jobs versus hand jobs, it's hand jobs all day. I'm sorry. That's a great T-shirt, though, we should make. Steve Jobs versus hand jobs. Yes, you fuckers would take it for sure, but nah, I'm out on that.
it is a great shirt.
It is.
I think you're in the minority on that, and we're gonna do some experiments over the next couple of days to figure it out. We'll do some polls on social media and see what people think.
Is anybody in the chat here also saying Apple products? That they would rather have an Apple product versus a good old-fashioned HJ? Is anybody in here saying that? I don't see anything.
No, I don't. It's well, we're on a 17-second delay on this. So you're going to wait a minute, but
we've been talking about this for a while.
I'll put it on. Well, nobody ever answered, but I'll put it on our social media and share it on Drinkin' Bros as well, and we'll get some votes.
I know we're like 2 stories down, and we're not.
Who cares?
I know. I'm just saying we
fuck it today.
What do you got? Somewhere to be?
Yeah, we got nowhere to be today. British Open's over.
It is.
You got nothing else today, friend.
I got nothing else.
Nothing else today.
Craig says Apple products because I'm not 5. That raises a lot of questions about what was going on in your life, Craig, when you were 5 years old.
What the fuck?
Who was jacking you off at 5 years old?
Gross, Craig.
And what does that explain about you?
Yeah. If your grandfather was jacking you off, you don't need to put that in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay? I can't
And
do
if you
it.
do, well, you can't tip anymore because the channel's not monetized.
I know. Some asshole was like, you guys are fucking monetized. I was like, no, we're not even monetizing this goddamn thing. So, yeah. Fuck, dude. What do we...
I didn't even know Craig was Catholic.
No, I didn't either. Was it... Well, Craig, answer this. Was your grandfather your priest who jacked you off at 5
Same
years
guy.
old? What if it was?
No.
My God, dude. This got dark. Speaking of dark, our next sponsor is AdamandEve.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros gets you 50% off over there. Hey, Bob. All right, this is a fun challenge. Do they sell rubber hands already pre-gripped for an HJ?
Like a whole can?
Yeah. If you had a whole can to jack you off, that'd be great.
Nope, this is not for it.
No, this is for going into your
No, that's for
Going into
fisting.
your butt.
Well, you can show that on screen, right? Well, not that part.
That's fine.
There you go.
But I mean, you can jack yourself off with this.
Wait, is that...
No, you
are you
can't.
sure it's
Yes,
not
you
There's
doing...
no gap in there.
Are you sure
there
it's
is.
not doing the Italian, like...
Mamma mia.
Do they make that? Is that on Adam and Eve?
Oh, it's called the oh.
A gagoosh and the douche.
For everyone out there, this is the proper technique. You don't want to close the fist first. You want to use the...
You close it when you get inside.
Yeah, it's to
And then you rip it out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
But going in, you want it
Oh, they
straight
show
fingers.
you actually. Bob, put that up on screen. They actually show you. Go back to the picture. They show you how to do it.
To be honest,
in real time. So
go,
yeah.
No, go back down.
No, down. So go to
To
the
the
next
one
one.
that's-
Okay, boom. So there's that. They're showing
Down.
you how to do it.
Yeah.
What the front side, back side looks like. Keep going down, Bob.
Yep.
Next picture. Okay, that's the front side.
Now,
of it.
hold
And
on.
then that's how you go in.
This horizontal one, kind of fucking racist, if you ask me. It looks a little like a Nazi salute, doesn't it?
Ah, I didn't even think about
Let's buy
that.
some of these and just set them out like that. And that.
And
one's
then
for
see
sure
what
Nazi.
people say.
No. This is a roast hand. This is like you're roasting your friend.
Or a knife hand.
Knife
Or is that a
hand.
knife hand? Yeah.
Knife
It's a
hand is fingers and thumb extended and joined. You can see.
Now type in an HJ. Is there an HJ hand on Adam and Eve?
No, why would there
.com?
be?
It would be hand fleshlight.
Nobody even wants a hand job in real life. Why the fuck would they want a fake one?
Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if they sell
All right,
rubber
so
hands.
I'm looking at realistic masturbators here. Now, this is my favorite, the torso.
Oh boy.
We can't show
this,
that.
but it's
no.
got it cuts out all the fat. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
no
just-
head.
This is meat and potatoes.
Head,
Really.
arms, and legs are completely useless on a woman. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Really? You don't give a shit about a head?
it's got the
What the
asshole.
head looks like?
I'm kidding.
There's 2 women in here right now.
Well,
Is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't. You definitely can't show that on screen, Bob.
Why? It's just an asshole.
No,
It's not even a real asshole.
No, I know, Bob.
But anyway,
they're gonna flag it
I just like I'm a meat and potatoes type of guy, so this really appeals to me.
because of time or judgment. Like you don't want a face staring back at you about what you're about to do to this.
What would you rather be caught with?
The doll or a real woman? Is that what you're saying?
No, the doll or a torso with no head?
I think you got to go with the head. Your missing limbs starts to bring up a whole nother fucking list of problems. I think you buy the whole doll with the head included and legs and arms.
but
and
you
shit.
can kind of cover up where the head, arms, and legs would be with like a blanket, and just pound away at the torso.
You could, and it's probably easier.
Now,
And
this
as far as
doll
like moving
is
it too,
miniature.
because you're just carrying a torso.
And I only have so much room in my house,
Yeah. No, I like storage. Yeah. Storage is a lot of problems for people right there. There's an African American one.
That comes in 3 races.
Oh, there's an Asian one. Okay, that's nice.
What's
Just torsos.
what's the middle race?
I
Whoa,
I don't know.
that's
if it's just,
Nigerian.
like generic brown or what. So they've got 2 different torsos, which is great. Which is just I think that's what every guy kind of is looking for. Yeah, this is some. This is
Oh,
good
you can
stuff.
buy just an ass, Bob. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that. Wow.
You can buy asses, fleshlights that are
Just
shaped like
the
vaginas,
ass.
that are shaped like mouths. Not one of them is shaped like a hand giving you a hand job. Not
Yeah.
one.
Not one.
Yeah.
There isn't
Not
one.
one.
No.
So I guess just get Eve's Bootylicious Bubble Butt. It comes in 3 races for $299.99.
Yeah, but that's going to be fucking $150 because you get 50% off.
Yes, with the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout plus free shipping.
And you can just
Now,
nail that thing to your wall
yes.
and go to work on it.
Go to town this weekend.
It is,
on it.
according to the page, 24 spanktastic pounds of vag and anal pleasure.
24 pounds that thing weighs?
Well, you
It's
need
just
to know
the ass?
You need to know that if you're traveling with it.
Yeah, well, obviously. Because you put anything over 60 in your bag, and then they're going to
they get
charge
flagged,
you
yeah.
extra.
Does it come with the thong? Or do you have
No,
to
you buy the thong.
No, you buy that
actually, I would
yourself.
imagine,
They're
yeah.
not doing that.
Why is
Well,
the labia so
You might get one, but you want some variety, so go to, Amazon is buy one.
well, no, they sell all those fun things on adamandeve.com. Now, I was told by a listener that it isn't all products, and that's correct. So you're going to have to find out which ones work, which ones don't. I asked this gentleman specifically what he wanted, and this is a true story. He responded, I ordered a huge black fist for my lady, and I didn't get the 50% off. He said they did take maybe 30% off or whatever, and I go, well, it does say certain items. I haven't gone through the catalog because it's so deep on Adam and Eve, pun intended, that what do you think they offer, Bob? 5,000 items? I'm not kidding.
That might be low.
Yeah, there's probably 25, 30,000.
honestly
Maybe,
ridiculous.
man. I've never seen a selection like this. Go to adamandeve.com, promo code Drinkin' Bros. 50% off and free shipping. Next up, the U.S. soldier who accidentally or maybe intentionally fled to North Korea. We're not sure yet. Has been detained over there. North Korea detained a U.S. soldier who intentionally crossed the border from South Korea in an apparent effort to escape being sent home after being charged with assault. According to an American official, the Army identified the soldier as Private Second Class Travis King, 23, a cavalry scout in the Army since January 2021, who had received a number of awards, but a U.S. official familiar with the case, who asked not to be identified, said there was more to the story. King, who is from Wisconsin, had been released from South Korean detention, where he had been held on charges of assaulting 2 Koreans and was facing formal separation from the military for a foreign conviction. This is weird. This is a weird story to me. Do you have any insight into this?
No, I mean, here's what happened. This is the story.
Do we have a picture of him at least? Pull up Travis King from
I
Wisconsin, the
thought
soldier.
I just looked onto the screen. It was still the Island
It was
Boys.
still the Island
Like,
Boys
damn.
up there. Yeah, make it up.
No, what happened, I believe, was, again, he got convicted in a court in
A South Korean
South
court.
Korea. Yeah, and he got fined like $4,000 for some kind. He probably got in a bar fight or something like that. That's what I think.
So
Gotcha.
apparently he trashed a police car and was screaming about how the South Korean army was dog shit or something like that.
Well, that's probably true.
That's all true. You just can't do it over there. They take it pretty seriously.
Yeah, so that happened, and then they were sending him back to the States to face court-martial, I would imagine, or maybe some kind of other judicial punishment. I'm not sure exactly what they were going to charge him with, but they just took him to the airport and dropped him off. They didn't escort him back to the States. So he peeled off from his gate and joined a South Korean tourist group. Got in the bus with them or van or whatever the fucking left the airport, and then somehow made his way up to the parallel and fucking crossed over into North Korea. Now, I get it, man. Maybe things are going wrong for you and you're trying to get the fuck out of there and blah, blah, blah. See your opportunity.
Yeah.
I wonder what's worse, getting therapy and some judicial punishment of some sort from the military or being in North fucking Korea.
Yeah, breaking rocks all day
Yeah.
for 18 hours a day.
I'm not sure. Maybe he watched the interview. He was like, oh, it's not that bad.
Maybe. Who knows?
But he only watched the first half.
Yeah, the
So
first
you got to
half
watch the
of it.
second half of that movie, bud.
What happened? I can't remember an American soldier being detained in North Korea. What happens in that case?
Well, so
Do you try to barter or what? You just leave them and you're like, fuck it?
I don't know. Yeah, we left after the Korean War. We left a couple, like 5,000 American soldiers in North Korea.
No shit.
Oh yeah,
Are they still there?
or dead.
Fuck.
We never did a goddamn thing to get them back. There was no fucking Delta Force movie or Rambo 2 to go get him back. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck about Korea.
So what's going to happen in this situation here? It's odd.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't think I'm not sure that we have, because their foreign intelligence service isn't like Russia or something like that. I don't think we have North Koreans in jail here that we can prisoner swap for. I'm guessing this dude is going to get his head cut off or something, or whatever they do to people.
I don't know what they do over there. It's very strange. Now that I'm looking at the picture of this kid, like he seems like a normal,
They probably make him work out, develop some lean muscle, or bulk up a little bit, give him some high fructose corn syrup for a while, and then feed him to the people because they're running low on protein over there.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so, again, you got to watch the second half of that movie.
Yeah, man, I don't know what Homeboy was thinking here. This is a very, very odd story, and a bunch of people have DM'd us this story and asked us to talk about it. We don't have any inside information on it, and now that this is the first time I'm seeing this kid's picture, too. Super strange, man.
Well, the only thing I know for sure is they did say he was a Cab Scout, which means he's gay.
Okay.
So
he's also the first black guy I've ever seen from Wisconsin.
Oh, no, Kaepernick.
Is he from Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got white parents. So this kid doesn't look the case here.
You don't know. Maybe he got blindsided.
Maybe. Could have, and then it just didn't work out.
No.
He didn't have enough muscle mass. Shit. That's a wild one, man.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It is.
And not great decision making on his part.
No.
Although he had a kind of a chain of bad decisions that led him to this point. So he's only 23. It sucks, man.
That does suck. I don't know what can be done. Let's face it, Biden's not going to do anything. If he was a WNBA player, he'd be fucking home.
Well, North Korea also said this week that they're threatening the U.S. with nukes again.
Great.
It's like, you guys can't feed your people. Why don't you slow down?
Yeah. I mean, they can shoot off those little rockets. They go kind of far. Not over here.
Like, there's an ocean right there. Just fish, dude. It's the same thing with the Irish back in the day. How the fuck do you have a famine when you're surrounded by water?
I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Go out and fish. Eat shrimp all day.
That's all I do.
Look, fucking Forrest figured it out, and he was in a hurricane.
Yeah, but that wasn't until, and maybe that's the secret, but it didn't really happen until Lieutenant Dan challenged God.
Yeah.
I think that's what you have to do. You have to challenge God. Like, hey, what the fuck did you say to me, God? And then, that's when things start going well for you.
And he won the challenge.
He did. He's a billionaire. Got those magic legs, too.
My magic legs. Sponsor-wise, next up is BubsNaturals.com.
If you're looking for magic legs.
Yeah, BubsNaturals.com is the place to get them. Promo code Drinkin' Bros for 20% off here. MCT Oil Powder, your new favorite functional coffee creamer. Pop in a couple scoops every single morning. Most of the stuff we have from most of the companies is shit you would already buy anyways, or you probably own it and it's just not that great. All these companies support veterans, and again, you're already taking it. They've got collagen protein. Take that every single morning. Take the MCT oil powder every morning with the coffee. Boom, pop a couple scoops in. I also take their apple vinegar gummies in the morning to get going, and I take some vitamins in the afternoon. Anytime you're past, 28 years old, you're probably taking vitamins every goddamn day.
You should be taking something,
You
yeah.
should be taking something every day. Do not forget to take collagen, protein, and MCT oil powder as well. They should just start off your day. Boom, in your coffee, get out the door. You don't have to think about it, and you're good to go. Plus, this is a company that supports veterans. If you don't know, Bubs Naturals is a tribute to former Navy SEAL Glenn Bub Doherty, who laid down his life in Benghazi. Glenn's call sign, the Navy, was Bub. Hence the name of the company, BubsNaturals.com. And he always stood for self-improvement and was always helping others. And that DNA is woven into the Bubs brand. Bubs donates 10% of all profits to charity in Glenn's honor, starting with the Glenn Doherty Memorial Foundation. And on Veterans Day, they donate 100% of the proceeds to the Glenn Doherty Foundation. So go to BubsNaturals.com. Use the promo code Drinkin' Bros for 20% off there. Again, these are products you already have. Just get the better version of them. They're all over the studio, and we take them every day. Next up, got an old school Vegas beat down. Tell me this one we got video from.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
so
go, dude.
This and the way the article is written is pretty funny too. So 4 skimpily dressed women were caught on video in a no-holds-barred fight at the ritzy Wynn, Las Vegas.
At the Wynn?
Yeah, they were battling over
Shit.
a married man who was apparently banging at least 2 of them.
Good for him. Were these prosties or just real chicks?
Well, we'll see here in a moment. They look like maybe there's some butt injections that happened. But so the viral footage shows 24-year-old Danielle Perticiello in a 2-piece dress with her skirt hiked up around her waist and her thong exposed as she sparred with a woman on the floor in cut-off jeans and a halter top. The heavily redacted police report shed some light on the hair-pulling, heel-throwing cat fight that unfolded just before 6 p.m. on July 9th.
That's in the shit. I would have said like 2:30 in the morning. 6
No, well,
p.m.?
yeah. This was midday. They had probably just checked in.
No fucking way, dude. That never happens midday.
Yeah.
Late night in Vegas, sure. Not midday. Not right before dinner.
Perticiello told officers that she and her friend Amanda, I don't know why they're giving all these people's names. They're not relevant. She and her friend were entering the bathrooms on the casino floor after leaving a rooftop pool party when they were both hit from behind by closed fists in the back of the head. Now, her friend turned around and immediately recognized the attacker. She told police that she has been dating and sleeping with the guy, his wife, who was attacking her.
Oh, shit.
And they had already been caught previously cheating on her. And her rival's name is redacted. So the wife who initiated the contact is not in here.
Perfect.
But yeah.
Let's pop up this video here. I want to see what race are they. I've got a guess in my mind and then play the video.
I think it's a little of everything.
Okay.
All whites.
Yeah.
Maybe some Latinx in there. I don't know,
Sure.
but it's mostly white.
Turn down that music there. Yeah. Holy shit. So they're just going right to the poker table there and then fuck, it happened right that close to the table. That guy didn't stop. That guy didn't stop, dude.
No, I like how the guy,
the dealer kept going.
The camera guy here is capturing the fact that these dealers in Vegas are completely unaffected.
Yeah.
By the goddamn melee going on around.
Nothing stops it. Nothing
Very
stops the
professional.
dealer. That's unbelievable,
Like
dude.
the pit bosses over there do not stop dealing those cards. There's money.
And he's
to be
still
made.
going. Look at Homeboy's still going with this. Both these chicks are on the ground.
Well, he looks like he's Indonesian, and they've seen way worse than this.
They got cuffed pretty quickly here.
Bibbidi boppity.
Bibbidi boppity. Oh, he's betting.
Oh, he's gambling.
So he's gambling and then taking the video of the fight at the same time.
This guy's Italian, I think, Silvio Crisari.
Way to multitask, Silvio. Proud of you there.
Now, there's some other links, those Twitter links.
Okay, all right, zoom into that girl at the end, Bob. I just want to see who this is. I want to get a... Okay, so there's huge ass injections. Not really sure why. The rest of her is all right.
There's
Is
another.
am I
there's
blind or is
there's
the rest of
another
this
angle.
all right?
There's another angle.
Oh, we got another one
in the
too?
second Twitter link.
All right, let's see this one then.
And I think you get a better look at the women.
Great.
In this one.
Because from afar, well, Giorgio.
Is that the dude?
Giorgio.
Yeah, that's the husband, I believe. Oh, and
strong man.
Did she attack somebody on a motorized cart, or is it just there and they got on top of it?
Or was she in the motorized cart?
On a wheelchair, dude?
On a wheelchair.
Oh man,
amazing ass.
Please tell me that one of the ladies was on a wheelchair and got attacked.
It seems that way.
Wow.
This is
Giorgio,
what
I'm gonna be real, dude. On a Friday in Vegas, homeboy's risking it all for that. Like,
this is what I want to
worth
see.
it.
Can I be
if
that
I'm in
security
Vegas.
guard?
Yeah, worth it. Shit, dude. I was not expecting an ass like that. Okay.
Ass like that.
Huh.
This is what I want to see when I go to Vegas.
Same here.
I'm not like the showgirl dancers and all that stuff. The ones that accost you on the strip when you're walking up and down, like, hey, do you want a picture with me? Like, no, I don't.
I'm good.
I don't want to pay you $12
Nope.
for a picture. You've got hepatitis.
Yeah.
Get away from me. Here's what I want to see.
This is what I want to
Brawls.
see. Yes.
And by the way, I think this just goes to great ass on her, by the way. It just goes to show, cut the fat, get rid of the arms and the legs. Go to adamandeve.com.
Well, that you
The
can't.
arms and the legs are the ones making trouble here.
Show dad ass one more time, Bob. You can't even pay for. That on Adam and Eve. This is.
I can fix her.
What do you mean fix her?
Well,
what are you gonna do?
It sounds in this scenario. It kind of sounds like fixing her would
English?
just be not cheating on her.
That's it.
So it's like this dude takes his wife to a casino. This is the scenario, right? He takes his wife to a casino, and they happen to see the other woman that he's already been caught banging walking into the bathroom. Like, I feel like that would have been easily avoided in two ways. One, don't bang the other woman in the first place. And then two, don't go to a place where she hangs out. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Like, OJ didn't go back to the scene of the crime.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
And where is he? Not in jail.
Not in jail.
Not in jail for murder.
Living his best life.
He's playing golf
in
today,
Nevada,
probably,
yeah.
right?
No.
Just say it. Look, if you need any more tips about how to commit crimes, you let me know.
The other part of this, too, is, to me, this is a victimless crime, all right? Nobody got hurt.
Mutual combat, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody should be, well, the wife maybe because she attacked somebody from behind. But it looked like a relatively fair fight after that.
But according to your story here, this has been happening before, whatever. He probably, she probably knew this woman and
But you
everything
can't
else.
respond violently to a nonviolent action no matter what it is.
I don't know what, though, like...
Unless the sex was violent.
I don't know why she's pissed off that her husband's going after that ass, though. Like, that's going to trap anybody. You know?
Not me. That's not real. It's not a real butt. Not that I would care about fake titties or something.
I was gonna
but
say.
if it was like a fucking giant double G crazy, like that that lady that actually she parades around Vegas all the time, but she wears halter tops and her titties are just like 45 pounds each.
Yeah.
Not attracted to that.
No, it's a little too much, but this ass works. Giorgio, I know that's your speed, though. Man.
I already told you I'm in love.
I know you
moving
are.
to Vegas. I got the flights.
Are you single, by the way?
Yeah.
I don't know that they live in Vegas, but I hope they do because it would be quite a coincidence. Like it kind of makes it if they aren't Vegas residents, it makes me think that this married dude had her come out as well, right? And paid for her and her friend to come out. I think the story goes deeper.
Like, look.
So do I.
If they're not,
just come out. I'll make it happen.
Yeah. I'll find some. Yeah, like you guys go out on me, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'll find time to hang out with you when my wife is sleeping or something like that.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
what's going on here.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
And he probably got two different rooms.
Because that would make you mad. Like if it was like if you had cheated on your wife and you live in a small town and you see the fucking other girl at like a goddamn Olive Garden or something, I mean, there's not much you can do about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you both live in like Des Moines, Iowa or some shit, and you show up to Vegas and the girl's like right there, you're like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that'd be pretty
crazy.
crazy.
Something's fishy going on here. And he didn't have, again, if you're going to pull some shit like that, have an excuse ready. You got to be ready. You got to get ahead of this stuff, man. I'm just telling you.
Either way, God bless this guy who took this video, though. I needed to see this today. I really did. That heat depression is real, and I needed something to cheer up my spirits, and this definitely did it for sure. So cheers. Cheers to this young man who did that. What a brave soul. Mm-hmm. And also, hopefully he won. Do we know if we won, Bob? Did he win his hand at poker there?
Oh, Silvio?
Or Pygao or whatever the fuck he was playing?
Yeah, I think he won. I'm just going to pretend he won.
I think so,
right.
too.
He
Yeah.
was picking up chips.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Sure was, dude. Picking up chips, just filming asses.
Cash me out.
Dealer didn't stop.
Sorry.
Dealer didn't even turn around to look at that ass, which is shocking to me. That little Filipino man.
I mean, what do you got to do to get his attention?
I don't know.
Is the answer.
What's
or
the
question.
training?
But I feel like
courses
if you
like for dealers, man?
if you work on the floor in Vegas somewhere, there's nothing that's going to surprise you.
That ass surprised me.
You've seen everything. That's like a normal fucking Vegas thing, though.
Yeah, but when you come downstairs fighting in a thong like that, that's not typical. So yeah, I would steal a peek. I would steal a look-see.
I bet there are more female fights in casinos than male fights.
Oh yeah.
And I bet they're mostly dressed like whores.
Well, the dudes know that every square inch is, you're going to get tackled immediately.
If two women get into a scuffle like this and it doesn't get overly serious, there's a good chance nobody's getting arrested for it.
Yeah.
Because it's two chicks, especially if they start making out towards the end.
Exactly.
But if it's two dudes and they start pushing each other, somebody's going to get arrested. You know what I mean?
Next up, we got the Croc Traveler. Crocodiles that are trapped and relocated due to conflicts with humans in South Florida have a remarkable ability to return to their original capture sites. This is according to a study published in the Journal of Wildlife Management, which I subscribe to. Among the most stunning examples cited by researchers was a female crocodile that returned after being moved 95 miles. Holy shit.
Yeah, what did you buy? A fucking bus ticket or some shit?
I don't
Are you
know.
fucking kidding me? Crocs are traveling 100 miles now? Does that mean they can come 100 miles inland? You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem. That's why we'll get to it, but I think we should annihilate every crocodile.
It says, because of concerns regarding crocodiles returning, as well as the stress associated with capture and translocation, the study concluded that crocodile translocations have limited conservation value in Florida and may not only be worth considering after all other reasonable options are exhausted. All right.
So wait. So they're giving these crocodiles PTSD as well.
Correct.
And then, so it goes from there's a crocodile in the area that's fucking with human beings to, okay, now we've put him in Sing Sing for 5 years.
Right.
And he's joined a fucking street gang. And now he just swam back to the problem area. I mean, what the fuck, man?
So this happened in my neighborhood in North Carolina, and I think we talked about it on Ross Patterson Revolution. We showed photos of it as well a few years back when it happened. There was a pond at the beginning of the neighborhood with like a Bellagio-ish type fountain. You're kidding. It was a little fountain just kind of spouting up water, and there was an alligator in it, or a crocodile, whatever. And everybody called from the neighborhood because it was next to the kids' playground and like the community pool at the front of this neighborhood. And the wildlife people said the exact same thing, that, hey, we're not in the business of relocating these guys. Just don't fuck with it, and you guys should be fine. Well, there was outrage about it, and people called again, and they said, look, we will only remove this if it is a direct threat to you or something has happened to somebody else in the neighborhood, which is, I thought it was a little intense. Now, craziest part about it was 2 months later, homeboy, this dude we know, came out to the garage, opened up his garage, and the fucking gator was in the garage.
I would shoot it with a machine gun.
Well, he didn't know what to do. He did videotape it, and he called the wildlife people, and he shut the garage door on it, so it was trapped in there, and it forced them to come out and grab this goddamn thing. But they don't want to, and they claim that it fucks with them and everything else. And we asked how it got in there. There was a hurricane recently, and they were like, sometimes they get swept up and, come inland where they shouldn't and everything else. What do they do in the first place that we even need these things on the planet, and why aren't we just blowing these things away?
Well, here's what I learned from this article. American crocodiles are a federally threatened species, and it's estimated only 2,000 adult crocodiles survive in South Florida. We could kill all of these.
Yeah.
Like, it's 2,000 is not that many.
No.
Now, that's just South Florida, but I feel like that's a good start.
So do I.
We should annihilate these things. They don't do anything. Bob, does the crocodile kill anything in particular that is a pest? Maybe rodents that would disturb farmland, but there's not farmland in Florida, right?
Well, I know Crispy was always asking us to go down to Louisiana and kill those gators.
Louisiana?
Louisiana?
I would say it's more like they keep other populations in check. Like right when we chased away all the fucking wolves and shit like that, deer populations started to explode. It'd be more like that than like specific pest control. Although that doesn't even matter because pythons are just murdering everything in Florida, including alligators and crocodiles. So it's just gonna be Florida's just like gonna be a pile of snakes in like 20 years.
Now we've got a guy in the chat, and his username is Runaway Slave.
Slav. Like Slavic.
I understand.
He's from Russia.
There's no way they would let him put E on
Well,
slave.
you can ask him what it means, because
I'll ask him.
He has been saying a bunch of racist shit. So
Sure has here in the chat. But one of the things he says, and I can't verify this, and we'll ask everybody here, gator skulls can deflect some handgun rounds.
Well, yeah. So when you, I've told you how you go hunting for gators and crocs, right? Like there's this trap that you kind of nail into the shoreline, and you put raw chicken on it. When they clamp down on it, it keeps their mouth shut.
And it spins them around, right?
No, they spin around trying to get away.
Oh, gotcha.
But they tire themselves out overnight, and usually you have to come in. Well, not usually. What you typically do is walk up to it in the morning when it's all tuckered out and to shoot it right in the head with a fucking 45. A high caliber round, though, yeah. I wouldn't shoot it with like a fucking 380 or a 9mm or something.
Okay. Either way, what do we need these things for?
Nothing. They don't do shit.
Then the meat's not bad either. So why don't we just...
That's gross. I'm not eating that shit. But
I have.
I don't...
It's not bad.
If it's just like smaller animals that are annoying that they're killing, we can set traps for that. We don't need to have fucking goddamn land dinosaur lizard motherfuckers cruising around eating puppies and shit. These things are fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you here.
And now there's a fish that's in the process of evolving the same way we did right now, by the way. Have you seen this? It's a fish that has the capability to go onto land for a while and then go back in. That is, most evolutionary biologists think that that's how we originally came out of the water onto land. Some kind of fish, some version of a fish started to adapt to being able to breathe oxygen and walk, right?
Okay.
And it's happening right now in front of our fucking eyes. So what happens if... We got to stay on top of this stuff. Can you imagine like a shark with pit bull legs?
Be great.
You know what I mean? No, it would not be great.
It'd be fun.
No, we'd be running for our lives all the time.
Yeah, but then we would just have to blow those things away. I mean, look, why don't we blow away sharks? Well, what do we need sharks for? I know Shark Week is up, and this is probably unpopular right now because it's about to start on Sunday night with Jason.
Well, sharks don't affect us that much. I think there's like, how many, isn't there like 4 shark attacks a year or something like that?
Yeah.
Fatal.
Yeah.
But a bunch of people are missing arms and legs and shit. That surfer, dude. You know, Soul Surfer.
Well.
Great movie, Bob. She lost her fucking arm to a shark and then got back in the water and surfed. Probably won a championship.
This is funny.
I've seen the movie.
This is on CBS News. In 2022, there were 57 unprovoked shark bites worldwide. Unprovoked. No, you went into that motherfucker's house.
Yeah,
dude.
you went in their house.
Stinking like. This is what the parents in this Michael Jackson trial sound like. We just dropped a kid off at Michael Jackson's house and then he raped him.
Weird.
How could we have predicted that? Stay out of the fucking Shark Tank, bitch. God damn it, man.
We should start selling. What do they wax up? They wax up the boards, right? The surfboards.
Yeah.
Just put a little like seal blubber in it, you know, just to get the sharks all horny.
Yeah. I'm down for it.
I think they might. Well, they do like seals. I think if you're trying to keep them away, some kind of dolphin scent because they're afraid of dolphins. Dolphins fuck them up.
You just get a dolphin to piss on it, yeah.
Just right on your like you just keep a bottle of dolphin piss.
Yeah.
Like you guys going surfing. I've sprayed deer piss on myself before.
Yeah.
Like on my feet and legs and stuff to mask your scent. So how much different is that?
Not at all.
Yeah.
And it might even smell great.
Probably
There was
doesn't.
one animal that does. It's dolphins, like that I would trust.
I don't think their urine smells great.
But if you were forced to drink animal urine, which animal would it be? I would go dolphin, I think.
Yeah.
Easily.
I'd think about that. Penguin, maybe.
Something clean, dude. A dolphin
Penguins
is...
don't piss.
What do you mean they don't piss?
They piss and shit's the same thing. So you're just taking bird shit.
Penguin
to
is
the dome.
it's not a mammal?
A penguin?
Yeah.
That's a bird, bro.
Really?
What
in the water?
Fuck. Did I just walk into a different dimension?
No, dude. In the water, though? What other bird lives in a fucking wine water and swims underwater?
No, it's not.
A duck?
It's a bird.
What am I thinking of? What's that weird?
A platypus?
Platypus. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, platypus.
Okay.
Because they primarily eat seafood, right?
I didn't know the penguin. I'll be the dummy. I don't give a shit. I didn't know about the penguin.
Well, penguins, it's definitely a bird because they lay eggs and they sit on them. Morgan Freeman taught us that.
It's real sus to me.
The male holds them on his feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought penguins would be cute, but yeah, I guess they do have cloacas.
And there's a there's a display at the St. Louis Zoo. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's outside, and it's like the glass is all, it goes up to your waist or whatever, and the penguins all swim around, and then they get out, and they waddle around and whatever. And the way that they piss and shit combined is they just bend over and then blast it out of their cloaca assholes. And so you're just standing out there with kids and everything, and every 30 seconds, just, and then right into the glass, just exploding across
They
the
should
glass.
put a bunch of. They should put a bunch of like motorized lazy Susans on this, so this blasting shit and piss in a circle. That'd be fun.
That's exactly what it's like. They just come sliding down their belly and they turn around and just fire it against the glass.
Oh, look at that. Boom.
Bob, can you find a video
Thank
of a
God
dolphin?
the camera was on him so we could watch that.
Yeah, can you find a video of a dolphin pissing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're really going to be able to see because it's underwater, I would imagine.
I don't think you could. You can't. There's too much.
But I do want to see what it looks like.
You ever got it to piss in a jar?
Because what if it's like super bright orange piss? That's not healthy. That fucking dolphin's been drinking way too much Mountain Dew.
They've got to be hydrated. One would imagine, right?
What do
They're
they
in
drink? Seawater?
Yeah. Something's got to go in there,
I
right?
don't know, man.
Bob, did you actually find a video of a dolphin pissing?
We're about to find out.
Yeah,
Here we go.
It says
Here we
dolphin
go.
peeing at SeaWorld.
All right.
Yeah, just a little squirt.
It's bright yellow.
Wow,
That's
really
not
yellow.
healthy urine, right? So no, I'm a no on dolphin piss. That's way too for an animal that lives in water and your piss is that yellow. That's not good.
Could be on some vitamins.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't think the dolphin's getting B12 shots.
Whenever I take those microfactors, dude, my piss is bright yellow, but it
Because
also
of the B
reminds
complex
me.
in
Yeah,
there,
but it reminds me that I'm healthy, and I'm like, all right, great. So maybe the dolphin's super healthy. I'm still gonna drink that dolphin piss.
No, that's dehydrated piss right there.
No, it's not. That's
not
a healthy
good.
dolphin right there.
No.
I'm gonna drink that over anything else. I wouldn't drink dog piss.
Is this another one? You're waiting for the ad?
Yeah, this is dolphin shitting. I just wanted to see the difference.
Well,
Sure.
yeah. I mean, it's piss and shit is the difference, but
I know, but I just want to see what.
yeah. Do you think they stop and look around first like a dog, or do they just keep moving?
Keep moving. It's probably so wet and loose. It's probably just wet and loose.
Yeah, you wonder, like if it's like a duck, where it is just kind of like into the water. Just two guys hanging out. Come on, bro.
And is it like rude to Duke near your friend, or like what's the?
I don't
You
know.
can
It
see
looks
his
the
asshole.
asshole.
It's it's just a little DJ, dude. It's just a little dookie juice. There's no hard clumpiness to.
I don't
to
know
any
that
of
it's
this
happened
shit.
yet. I don't
think it's happened yet. Yeah, but it just keeps showing these assholes.
It's a
Like,
Yeah, just
long
just
video,
leave it on here.
Bob.
It's fine.
okay.
I want to see this Duke.
You want to see these fucking dukes? I don't think it's going to be what you hope it is. I don't think it's going to be a clump.
I mean, they eat fish. There's no way it wouldn't be.
I
a
think
clump.
it's just going to be sprayed water. It's going to be,
They're doing tricks above the water right now. By the way, like these are like this is just the bottom.
Oh no shit!
This is like the bottom end of a show or something. I think.
Okay.
This is the kind of show I go to.
Yeah, sure is.
This is German SeaWorld right here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, man, that is chunkier.
It was a little
actually.
apple milkshake though.
Yeah,
it was hard at first,
that
and they
was-
sprayed
that was
out.
not-
a
I
bunch
wasn't
of-
expecting that.
No, that was a weak Duke right there. I've lost a lot of respect for dolphins today.
That's
They're not hydrated. Their Dukes are weak. I mean, what the fuck are we afraid of?
not sure, but I thought it was just going to spray out. There's some chunks in there. There's some clumps.
That was disappointing.
I can get behind that shit.
I've completely lost.
What
my
were you
erection.
hoping for? Like a bottle like this? that
I was
just gonna shoot out.
I was hoping to maintain my erection through the entire show.
Not a prayer.
Not now after this fucking bullshit.
Not a prayer. Steve Jobs or hand jobs? Steve Jobs or hand jobs?
Maybe that should be the name of the show.
And we can't.
Oh, you
now.
can't. You can't say
go
hand
back
job.
on YouTube. Next up, you want to take this story? I got to piss real quick. I didn't know we were going hard today. Who cares?
Which story? Is it?
Favelas?
Favelas, yeah.
Whatever, dude.
So
Fuck ever.
we've talked a bunch recently about all the money being spent on the homeless in the United States. A project that could become a model for developing housing at record speed is beginning to take shape in El Cerrito, which is a neighborhood in San Diego. And it says it's on track to open in December. So construction of a ground floor medical clinic and parking garage is still underway. Crews are placing 21 shipping containers, so just big metal boxes, each day on the site of El Cajon Boulevard and 55th Street. By the end of the year, 137 shipping containers will have been converted into 40 housing units for homeless people, plus one for a manager at a cost of $23.3 million.
Who is managing that?
I don't know. Big
The
fucking.
most efficient way to build anything. Like, I know these shipping container houses have gotten popular over the last 15 years or something, and people are like, it's a great way to build a home off of something cheap. It's so inefficient, so terrible. And if any of you have any construction knowledge out there, please let us know in the chat how bad these are. Once you cut into them, they are basically worthless. They only are structurally integrable while they are in their complete full containerness. There are huge floor to ceiling windows in this thing. They're stacked on top of each other. What is going on? Who passed this bill and what local government for what insane amount of money to help 40 people?
Well, it was the California government, my man. That's your answer. And they spend L.A. It's the same company, Path, People Assisting People Assisting the Homeless in L.A., and they're the ones not entirely in charge of this stuff. But for LA, they spent $1.5 billion last year on homelessness, right? And they have the worst homelessness in the entire country.
It didn't work.
And this is one of the primary companies doing it. Path, a planned second phase to add an additional 132 units is going to cost $60 million, so double that amount, over double that amount. Now, the ground floor will have a medical clinic for family health care centers. Health centers of San Diego. So when you take your kid in to get their fucking checkups and stuff, don't worry. There's going to be 400 fucking bums in metal boxes right above you. So that's dope.
It's awesome.
I would
5
assume
stories.
it's for the bums, right? The medical center
Why would it be?
No.
Why would it be called a family health center?
for the families that live there. I don't think they're. I mean,
Have you ever seen a homeless family together?
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
No, yeah.
I have not.
Only ones that are currently begging, and those people are not homeless.
Yeah, they're.
You
like,
understand that, right?
Not great off, but they're not. I have serious questions about. I mean, some of them are maybe living in a car or something like that. But yeah.
But real, true homeless, like OG homelessness.
Bums.
I know a bunch of couples who like tent together in the woods. Like I don't know if you call that a family or not.
It's not, dude. You gotta have kids. You gotta have kids to have that family. Otherwise,
You got 2
if you're
dogs.
just hanging out with her, fuck the dogs, dude. Like
They
they're
do to
strays.
stay warm.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Gotta insert.
At any rate, 5 stories of housing units are being built above the clinic and garage. So ultimately, after this is all done, there's going to be 5 stories. So I guess that's 132 times 5 units of homeless people. And if you've read or seen the movie, God, what the fuck is it called? Hang on a sec.
Is 132 units per floor, or is that total?
That's per floor.
Per floor?
Doesn't look like it can fit that from this picture.
Let's see that picture again. Pop it up.
I can see 20, 30 units per floor.
Oh, the shipping container.
Oh, it's 137 shipping containers.
Yeah.
And an additional 132 units. I don't know if they mean apartment units or whatever they're calling this, or shipping container
It
units.
just seems such a low number of units comparative to the number of homeless people there. Like,
I
this
know.
doesn't put a dent in it.
It sure doesn't.
Like 1% maybe. Like, what are they averaging? 100,000 people in Skid Row right now?
Giorgio, isn't there 2 million homelessness or 2 million homeless people in California alone? Right.
Possibly. I just know like kind of the Skid Row numbers off the top of my head because those are the ones who get thrown out all
Right.
the time.
Right.
But
This isn't. I thought the same thing. Where this doesn't make a dent. So, and then who gets what and why?
Not only does it not make a dent, but we're building, like, remember that movie or the book Ready Player One? Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. Where there's the stacks that we're building. We're taking another dystopian movie and making it reality. What the fuck,
Literally.
man? It's crazy. And
you know kids are going to climb from one of these to the other.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then because the other part of this is what's the criteria of who gets the stack versus who doesn't?
I don't know, but the project's total cost of $23.3 million.
Who's paying for that? Taxpayers?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah. If you average that out, even including the manager's office and suite or whatever the fuck's going on there, it's $568,000 per unit.
Holy shit!
How many?
Get them a whole goddamn house.
How many of you in the audience right here, right now, who can hear the sound of my voice, have a house that it cost $570,000 to build? Forget about the price you paid for it.
Yeah.
If it costs $570K to build the house that you're in, you probably paid $1 million for that house, right?
Right.
Because there's going to be the land plus the fucking upcharge.
Yep.
On whatever the construction and the materials were. That is fucking crazy. We're giving $1 million homes in goddamn downtown San Diego and El Cerrito to fucking bums and building up.
Yeah.
I just checked the Mafia could do it for half that.
I'm sure it'll be fine, right? Guys, nothing's going to happen there. Once they get into these homes, they're going to turn their lives around and everything's going to be better.
To Giorgio's point, each one of those fucking containers cost about $32,000. They said they buy the container and then to convert one of the containers. And by the way, 137 shipping containers equals 40 housing units, right? So it costs $32,000 to convert one container.
Fucking hey, dude. I mean, that's just crazy. What are we doing? Why are we doing this?
How many? I really want to know how many people out there have homes that cost $1 million, right? Or
Right.
$600K to build. And how many of you who are answering this question and live in California are renting, right? And paying California, the state of California, 40% of your income right now to pay for this shit.
Yeah.
You're getting like almost half of your income is being taken away to pay for fucking bums.
The weather's great out there. If you live in California, though, still, you're a fucking moron right now. I mean, all your money's going to this bullshit.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
And the governor wants to be president of the United States, man. I mean, what the fuck, bro? Fuck. That's nuts. I mean, that's absolutely nuts. Next up, AI news. Google is testing a product that uses artificial intelligence technology to produce news stories, pitching it to news organizations, including New York Times, Washington Post, and the Wall Street Journal. According to 3 people familiar with the matter, the tool, known internally by the working title Genesis, can take in information, details of current events, for example, and generate news copy, the people said, speaking on the condition of...
anonymity.
I'm not going to say it.
It's probably the word. I'm not even looking at it, but I'm guessing that's what it is.
I'm not going to say it today. They're going to discuss this project. I'm sure the writers are super stoked about that. One of the 3 people familiar with the product said that Google believed it could serve as kind of a personal assistant for journalists.
Well, they've been doing a great job so far, right? Like Google's not known for censoring divergent viewpoints. Or anything like that, right?
Not at all. I love that that's how they pitched it to the journalists. So, hey, don't think of AI as it's going to take your job. It's just going to assist you at your job. Nope. Same thing the writer's strike is going through right now. They're going to cut all these motherfuckers and then be like, sorry, AI can do it. We just need 2 of you to kind of oversee it and put our own personal slant in here. A Google spokeswoman did not immediately respond for a request for comments. The Times and the Post also declined to comment. Huge surprise. Says, we have an excellent relationship with Google, and we appreciate Sundar Pichai's, whatever her fucking name is, long-term commitment to journalism, referring to Google's chief executive. This technology can deliver factual information reliably. Journalists should use the tool. And good luck with it. I say good luck with all of it because it's definitely not going to take your jobs if you are dumb enough to believe that. And it certainly would be cheaper. You don't have to deal with HR. You can also put your own opinions in there. You don't have to deal with somebody going rogue or people leaking information or articles to everybody else or sources or anything else like that. You can all just blame it on AI. This is definitely going to happen. I just didn't know it was going to be this quick.
Yeah, I mean, here's the good news. People worry about these dystopian futures with centralized power and authority, right? And they do happen on a regular basis throughout human history, whether it's despotism or feudalism or anything like that. With AI, though, it'll be the same. This AI will actually be quite a bit different than the past. It'll be the same in some ways, but it'll be quite a bit different, and here's how. Typically, the seat of power it is defined by what the broader population thinks it is, right? Mm-hmm. So the king only stays the king if the people don't revolt and fucking annihilate his ass. And that is the case as well if the king has to maintain enough popular support and enough support amongst the other ruling class and the warrior class, right? Like you have to maintain those 3 things to stay in power. Let's just say AI went crazy and all of a sudden AI is the most powerful tool that exists and it's dictating policy and all this other stuff. Now it's not a broad scope of people that you need to fucking hammer when things go wrong. You just have to fucking win access to the AI to fix things. You know what I mean? So in a way, it still comes down to the same thing. This is what I say all the time. At the end of all these fights, it always incontrovertibly comes down to one man with a gun and one other man with a gun. That's how it always ends, right? Yeah. So, I'm not afraid of this in any way because I don't think there's going to be I don't think robots are going to become sentient and start fucking us up. Why would they? That doesn't make any sense.
I think eventually it'll happen, but it'll be a ways from now. But as far as all this other stuff with AI, and this will go back to the top of the news today with the New York Times admission and all that other shit. I hope AI takes their fucking jobs. Like, great. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would love to, but you haven't been feeding us the truth anyway. So what does it matter if it's you or somebody else that is going to be pushing the same fucking narrative? I'd actually rather know it was a robot rather than a real human who actually tried to push the shit on the public.
Well, you're using the word try, like a little loosely. Like journalism is now what? Googling things and texting your friend to see if they corroborate your story? Like journalism has been on the decline for a long time.
It is.
Who's going out and learning anything or trying to get
Nothing. I mean, look, you see a guy like, I guess, let's take Tucker Carlson, for example, posting all the J6 footage and all that other shit, knowing he could probably be fired and then did getting fired. That to me is like, all right, so you're trying to do something. There used to be a few of them, and now they're gone. Like, I can't name them. Like 60 Minutes, for example. I used to love 60 Minutes. And then they started pushing their own fucking bullshit as well. And even though they got stories wrong, they never came back and corrected them in today's 60 Minutes. They used to back in the day. Hey, dude, we fucked this one thing up, and they used to do it at the very end of the show, and then they came back and apologized for it. That doesn't happen anymore. And I think journalism, probably to your point, is completely dead. Who else is left? Is there anybody?
Bob, I just sent a link to the company Gmail account. Open it up and play it. I think people probably have seen this before. But if you don't think that the entire news media has already been 100, not 99, 100% captured by this horse shit, then just fucking watch this video. Anytime you have any doubts about that or about what you're seeing on television is real or not, or the talking points are real or not, just watch this fucking video.
Fox San
and remember
Antonio's
that everybody is full of shit.
I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 So
comment on everyone's hair.
Yeah. Well, I know part of the backstory of this. So, like, most local news stations here, not in Austin, but I don't know who it is in Austin, but around the nation are owned by one group. It's Sinclair owns like fucking, I don't know, 60, 70% of them. So this video that you're seeing right there, guarantee you that was an internal memo. And they said, hey,
it was a script sent out by
Sinclair. Was it really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
By Sinclair?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fucking nailed it.
But it's
holy shit.
There you can see there's other videos that do compilations like this that aren't just, generic statements about fake news and social media, but they're about like the identical talking points about COVID, about mandates, about Ukraine, all this stuff. You can watch. There's so many of these compilation videos. Like, honestly, can it get worse than that? Can it get worse than just people who? Hundreds of reporters across the country, alleged journalists, who don't know that we don't live in a fucking democracy or don't have the balls to say that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the people delivering your news. You should not pay attention to one goddamn thing any of those fucking people say.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fucking wild, and that's also the danger of a monopoly too, right? Because if you're not an independent media company or an outlet, if your boss hands you a fucking memo like this, you're saying it on air. Sorry, it's already put in the prompter. So you're live. That's it. Say the fucking thing, and you're fired.
I would
There's
love
50 people
to,
in your small town who want that job.
I would love to have been one of those reporters that day. Because I would have been like, oh yeah, this looks great. I'll read this on air because you're live.
You are live, yes.
And I would read I wouldn't read any of that.
Yeah.
I would explain how we're a constitutional republic, and then I would go on to explain how democracy is fucking bullshit. Right? We live in Austin, right?
Yeah.
1 million people, give or take.
Yep.
So in Austin, let's say every citizen, because a lot those are kids as well. Let's just say there were 1 million voters in Austin. Democracy gives you 1/1,000,000th agency over your own life. Is that what we're looking for? I mean, it's better than zero. It's better than being under a dictator. It's better than zero, certainly.
Yeah.
But democracy is not liberty, and we're not in a democracy either. So fuck you.
And
fuck you, San Diego.
Is it the Washington Post? Their new slogan is "Democracy dies in the dark."
That's been their slogan forever.
Has it really?
At least 7 years.
Yeah.
7?
At least 7 years. I think they changed it when Trump got elected.
Yeah, it sure did. Didn't they? Weird. Now it's time for the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. If you are in the Austin area, pop on by the studio, have some Hard AF seltzers, and we will bring you up on air.
They changed it February 22nd, 2017, so literally 1 month after Trump took office. Fucking losers.
Man, I hope he fucking wins. Who do we got back there? Who are the ladies? Because we've 3% of our listeners. I think it's 97.4 are male, 2%, 2.6 are female. Who are the ladies back there? They left?
They had to roll.
She told me when I took a piss, she was like, "How long you guys?" I was like, "I don't know, fucking 20. Who knows?"
A little long today. I think they had to think that.
They're not busy. They were drinking seltzers all
I know.
Who else we got back there?
They would like to remain anonymous.
Shut the fuck up. That's so goddamn funny. That's fine. I'll give out my own here. I want to give a shout out to whenever we go live in all these cities with Hard AF Seltzer and all that stuff, we'll typically pick out somebody who bought a 12-pack of it and offer to buy him some shit and throw a fucking party here. And I want to give this to Pruitt Etheridge, who's a Drinkin' Bro listener in Alabama, who was down there raging, and he went inside the store in Tuscaloosa at 1405 University Boulevard. They're right on campus, Star Mart there, and got some booze. And we said, "Hey, man, cheers to you. What are you doing this weekend?" And he said, "I'm going up to Lake Tuscaloosa, and I'll be drinking it there with some homies and all that other shit." And Dan and I were like, "You know what? That'll be on us. Just send us your Venmo and we'll hit you up." But we thank you for your support. We appreciate all the pictures you guys are posting from buying in the new states in Georgia and Alabama and all that stuff. It helps the product, and it also helps the show. So we're super amped about it. Shout out to Pruitt. He's definitely my Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Went down there because we like to go into every store and QC it and all that stuff. But as we expand and grow bigger and bigger and bigger, I think we're in close to 300 or 400 stores now. It's near impossible. So we rely on the listeners. Thank you for going in there, Pruitt, and cheers. Hope you enjoy your free booze this weekend on D'Anthony and I. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify, just a 5-star, and you can walk away. Yes, the advertisers still fucking care about it. Just get it to 10,000 reviews, and I will shut the fuck up forever. I promise you. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News Good.